Hello, everybody. How are you? How goes it? How's your lives? How is your sweet, sweet custard? What is custard? Hey, Jay.
Hello, John.
How are you?
Are we live?
Yes.
Oh, hi.
You said no. Let's see what you were going to say.
I was just gonna say something about butt fucking, but now that we're live,
It was.
I'm sorry, guys. I literally just got done watching The Crow, and my computer died. Like it died after I watched it.
That'll happen to you. Not the movie or the trailer? Because
the trailer, no, the movie is
okay.
amazing. If I'd watched the movie on my computer, it would have had a new lease on life. But the computer literally said, "No way, no way, Jose."
Yeah.
What an awful piece of diaper duty I've ever seen in my life. I think someone in the top comments was right. They're like, Eric Draven played a guitar and played rock and roll. This Eric Draven looks like a rapper on SoundCloud. 1,000% though. 1,000% though. You know, it's not even a bad movie if it wasn't the Eric Draven story. If it wasn't the Eric Draven story, I'd be like, I'm pretty cool. I like it. It's a cool sequel. But it's not. It's literally a retelling of Eric Draven's story, which is bukkake.
I'm glad that you feel the same way. Hey, some people to some people, bukkake is a good thing. All right. Someone in the crowd right now is going, I can't believe that Jay doesn't love bukkake because it's what I do on Friday nights when my wife goes to her shift at the Waffle House.
I don't wait till my wife goes anywhere. I just do it. Even if she's in the house, I don't care.
Jay has bukkake parties in his living room while his
I have
wife
posters.
watches.
I have autographs of the most famous bukkake performers ever to be on the internet. It's a great
She doesn't take part. She just watches, but she doesn't appreciate it. But she lets him live his life. And
it doesn't really matter. There's not much sex life anymore. I mean, I literally just got finished with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. 127 hours of a game.
That's as long as James Franco was stuck in the mountain.
I know. I about cut off my own arm because I just wasn't going to leave the controller. But no, literally, it's the longest RPG game I've ever played in my life. Like I did pretty much all the side quests that you could do in the game. I completed it, obviously. So yeah, it clocked in about 100. It's like give or take 126, 127 hours total.
My God.
Yeah, but I mean, you gotta imagine that is worth it though. $80, and that's the amount of content you get. It's pretty. Sure. That's pretty good. That's pretty awesome.
You would have to pay me so much money to do that, but it's weird. Like that's the lives we live, right? Like some people like tennis, you know. Some people.
Yeah, but how many hours have you put into Madden over your lifetime course? It's probably more than that.
Oh, it's 100% more than that. That's my point exactly. It's like one person's like hell is another man's heaven. It's a beautiful thing. It's all balance, and that's what life is. That's
just shut your mouth up and let's get on with the show.
That's why we have two holes everywhere, Jay. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I have. They're used in both. They're used in prison a lot, I hear.
We have two holes for everything. We have two nostrils, two ear holes, two eyes.
Yeah, but
but a hole in the front too.
But out of a score, it's probably about an 8.0. I mean, there are some things in it that people are going to like. The ending, especially, they didn't change. Well, I'm not going to spoil it because there's some people that haven't beat it yet. But the ending is kind of strange. I mean, it's good, but it's just kind of weird. And then I do think the mini games that they put in it are stretched out for content. Like as far as like story goes, how much story is involved. Maybe about 40 hours. Maybe. That's a lot, but it's not like when they're trying to bill it as over a 100-hour game, it's because of all the side quests and mini games that stretch. They also hide stuff behind mini games, which sucks because some of the mini games are frustrating as hell. It's really bad.
I'm just glad that you enjoy it and that you have a good time.
Yeah, I might do New Game Plus, but then I tried to start God of War, the new one, 2018, and I said, fuck it. The combat system's awful. Wow. I can't do it. I can't do it.
That's sometimes you just can't. You can't play God of War 2018. Everybody knows that.
I'm just gonna have to watch all the cutscenes because it looks awesome. The storyline is probably amazing, and the voice acting is top notch. But for some reason, the camera it doesn't focus on the enemies. It's just like there's a kid with you, and it goes behind you. Shut up! I just started the game, and I'm like trying to explore, and he's like, I think it's this way. I'm like, I didn't ask for your opinion. I'm trying to look around, and you're trying to lead me to a deer. I'm not ready to hunt it yet because you sucked your mom's side. I don't need to hear your mouth.
It's true. I hate children and games and in the Babadook.
But no, yeah, it's the weirdest thing. I swear, I can't stand games like that. I know there's a narrative purpose for why the little boy has to be there, but I can't stand when an AI is mocking you about why you're exploring the world. You're just it's an RPG. You're supposed to explore, and they're like, it's this way, father. I'm like, oh God, I'm not even your dad. I was just having sex with your mom. It's not the same thing.
It's like when you go in a thrift store with your wife and you're just trying to find the sports cards, and every booth, she's like, oh, look at this teddy bear statue. And you're like, I'm not here for the teddy bear statues. I want to find sports cards that are overpriced.
Go build a bear. Go build a bear while I do man things.
That was a true story that happened to me this weekend. I did find a fucking cool sports card store though, dude. Speaking of the nerdy shit that we all enjoy, like it was like 2 hours. It was like an hour and 45 minutes from here.
You drove there for that, or did you just
No,
find
it was on the way to Chicago. I saw a big billboard and it said the Sports Card Kings, and it was like in Indiana or some shit. So like we went there. Maybe it was in Kentucky. I don't know, but we went. I was like, I mean, we got to pee anyway. And Kate was like, just go. And I was like, yes. So we went, and I was like, do you want to get out of the car with me? And she was like, yeah, I guess. And then we walk in there, and she stood there, and the dude like shows us where the football cards are and where this stuff is that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm in heaven. And they even have these tables, dude, where you can sit down and you can pull out the boxes and just go through the cards one by one. And I wanted to so bad. Katie, to her credit, did sit there for like a solid 32.5 minutes and let me go through several of the boxes. And I bought like 5 cards, but it was heaven on earth.
Well,
women cards are pretty cheap.
Women owe that because we have to go into like shoe stores with them or clothing stores and wait for them to be done in 35, 45 minutes, or they want to get like their nails done or whatever, and that's going to cost $100,000 plus take 35, 45 minutes out of the day. I mean, it's just if the worst you're gonna have to do is go into a card shop or a comic book shop and just wait for a few minutes while we get our nerd on. It's fine. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I appreciated that very much. That was a solid wife moment on her part. And then she stood there. I was like, hey, look at this one. She's like dead inside. I asked the guy when we checked out, I was like, how much is that Luka Doncic? And it was a signed, autographed PSA 10 Luka Doncic, and he was like 18. And I was like, oh, dollars. I was really hoping Katie would say dollars, but no, it was $1,800 is how much that card was. I bought it.
The last time I was in a comic book shop in Pennsylvania, it was like I couldn't afford anything in there. Like all the ones I wanted was like it wasn't Amazing Fantasy 15 because I would have been, I mean, unreal. But it was the debut of Spider-Man's black suit, and it was in like a 9.1. It was like $350. I mean, I could have got it, but I was like, I'm not doing it. There's no way. But I asked the guy, I was like, would you go down on that? He was like, would you go down on me? No. So he didn't say that, but that's what he was thinking. And he was like, no, I mean, it depends on what you're really, I mean, we're talking about trade or offers. And I'm like, I wish I had been slick. I was like, I got $200 in my pocket right now. It's yours if I could have it.
And my left shoe.
He'd be like, no. It's like, you're going to have to come up with 150 more. I don't know if you're going to have to do some blowjobbing or whatever you're going to do behind the alley, but it's not going to happen.
I keep it cheap. I bought a couple $5 Will Levis autographs, or not autographs, but cards, rookie cards. I didn't buy any autographs, but yeah, you'd be so disappointed in me, dude. Like when we left Chicago on Sunday, we stopped at a bagel shop to get breakfast. This like New York City bagel. That's fucking good. But anyways, we parked right next to a fucking Chicago Comics. It was like all in like neon light Chicago Comics. Yeah. So that's literally the name of the store. And I was like, if I was not hungover and we did not have to get home right now, I would so go in there.
There's nothing like it. The comic book shops, man, it's like a beautiful thing when you walk in there. I love that smell. I love the feel. Like all the nerds have never seen a tit before. I mean, it's like coming home. It's like a really nice atmosphere.
It's like looking in the mirror.
Yeah, it's really great. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful time.
You grab a girl's tit and it feels like a bag of sand.
No, dude, it really is. It's like a church thing. Like I remember when I was a kid, I remember that girl walked in and followed me when I was 14 years old, and all the nerds like gathered in one corner, and it was like she was trying to talk to me, and it felt weird. Like it felt like she like had disgraced this church coming in here with the satanic ways and her fucking left-leaning Democrat policies. I didn't like it. But but by the way,
I was hungry, Jay.
Speaking of shitty things in life, again, speaking of The Crow, I don't know what the ratio is on how many people like that trailer. I can't see it because of the YouTube thing. It's got 71,000 likes. I don't know how many dislikes it is.
I'm gonna put up a poll right now. Let's put up a poll.
But I know that the creator of The Crow came out and dog shit all over it. The guy that wrote the original Crow, he didn't really. I don't guess he necessarily said dog shit. But he pretty much said, I don't like this one.
Yeah, well, basically he was like, here's the thing. He was like, to me, and I'm paraphrasing, but Alex Proyas, the director of the original Crow, was like, to me, The Crow is something different. That movie and the character of Eric Draven is a celebration of Brandon Lee dying to get that movie made. So basically he was just like, fuck you guys. Like, that's basically what he said.
He's like, basically what you did was you took something that was very artistic and special to Brandon Lee and you money machined the whore out of it. And you just put it out like a cookie cutter thing for Hollywood to make as much money as you can off the nostalgia. Like that's really what he was saying. But I'm going to say, from what I saw in the trailer, the action sequences in it looked good. I actually did like the action sequences in it. And I didn't even mind the background weird music. I don't know what that music was, but it was all right. It wasn't the worst thing I've ever heard. And again, if it was just not Eric Draven, I would be fine with it. I swear to God, I'd be okay with it. I wouldn't say one negative thing about. I'd say, I'm looking forward to it because I was telling Mike in a group message with my brother. The last good sequel we got was City of Angels, and that was it. So there's not really been any good sequels in the Crow universe since that movie. None of the other, all the other ones sucked. They just got worse and worse after the City of Angels.
They did. I couldn't even finish those. Honestly, I couldn't. I love City of Angels as an adult. Now going back to, I hated it when I saw it in the theater. But yeah, and the reason we're talking, Jay hasn't got a chance to get off his chest how he feels about that trailer. You just now watched it. And again, like I agree with you, dude. Like I think that like if that was just a standalone movie that had nothing to do with Eric Draven, maybe not even had anything to do with The Crow, but if you just want to make if you want to make a little peep fucking gangster rap ripoff of John Wick and The Crow and call it Shoe Shine, then fine. And I'm just be like, all right, that'll be a movie I'll probably see and probably maybe be like a 6.0. But the fact that they took this property and that name and did this with it, it's an embarrassment. It's terrible.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I don't know where they got the inspiration. I mean, I know Machine Gun Kelly and Instagram is where they got the inspiration for the look of The Crow. I was waiting on Megan Fox to be up there in a weird, like, I don't know, cameo. But, and again, it sucks, too, because I think that Skarsgård's not a bad actor. And to be fair, he kind of fits the role, but he's not Eric Draven. Like he's not, and I know what people that are going to defend it or the director's going to say. They're going to say they need to introduce it to a new crowd and then audience members so that they can come and love the thing. That's fine. I don't know why it has to be Eric fucking Draven's story though. The original Crow, the '94 Crow, still stands the test of time. It's a classic movie that will never go out of style. There's something about that movie is charming and magical that you will never ever recreate again. The background of the '90s itself, the soundtrack of the 90s that it had going for it, the actors, the plot, the cast, everything about that movie was lightning in a bottle. And I was saying again in a text message with Cody and Mike, it's like trying to remake Back to the Future. It's just that timeless. You cannot do it. No matter what you do, it's always going to fall short of the heaven of God.
And I'll be honest with you, like, I was not immediately on the poo-poo train. I was like, to remake The Crow and use Eric Draven, it's like, I don't know if you really need to. So every time it got canceled, I was like, that probably makes sense. I wasn't on the hate train, though, until I saw those photos. When I saw those photos, I was like, this is actual blasphemy. Like, to give The Crow, call Eric Draven, to give him a mullet like that, to make it this mumble rap thing. And again, the song in the trailer, one of the biggest comments I saw was, it's an Ozzy Osbourne song he did with Post Malone. But even that was a fucking Malone. Yeah, well, it was a Trojan horse, right? Because the guy even said, he's like, I'm basing it off Post Malone, Lil Peep, so that 19-year-olds today can resonate with it. Then don't have them resonate with the character from 97. Number two, like that was a Trojan horse in itself, because the music starts off and it's Ozzy Osbourne, and you're like, I mean, I'm no huge Ozzy guy, but I was like, oh, I'm surprised that we're not going with like Lil Yeet, Never Broke Again, YoungMoney.com. But like then at the end, all of a sudden you're listening to the same song and it turns out to and I'm like,
listen, if I want to look at fucking Post Malone, I'll go to any fucking jail facility in the United States and look at the inmates on death row. And also, if I want to see him in commercials, I'll see him on Bud Light. He's trying his best to bring it back, along with Peyton Manning. That's great for him. I don't want to see him and hear his fucking music in a goddamn Crow movie. I'm sorry, maybe Post Malone's a nice gentleman. Maybe he's a nice guy. Maybe his music's kind of good. It's not my style, though, and it doesn't fit in the Crow movie. It just doesn't. If you want to use Ozzy Osbourne, use fucking Ozzy Osbourne. Don't use a collab with Post fucking Malone. I don't want to hear that shit. I want to hear the original or wipe my ass with a fucking rubber band. Fuck you.
If you wiped your ass with a rubber band, I don't think it would go well. You would just end
I
up
don't think it's basically your finger. It's just your finger.
Yeah, and then your butt would just smell like rubber.
Don't just finger my butthole, Greg. Okay, you already got done fingering everyone else's childhood fucking movie. Just finger my butthole, Greg.
Yeah, at least you'll get some fun out of it. Someone will.
But I mean, again, I know that we're hating on it, and maybe it's going to be a good movie. It might be, and maybe it will be. I don't know. I could be completely wrong. I just think it's stupid to fucking make it an Eric Draven story. It's never going to match up to the Brandon Lee's Crow. It just won't. And I feel bad for the actors and the people that worked on the movie, because it's not their fault that they went that direction. I mean, I'm sure they put a lot of effort and time and work into it, and it just sucks that they're going to have this baggage on them now because they chose to fucking make it the Eric Draven story. If they had said not an Eric Draven story, everyone would have been on board with it.
That was the easiest thing to do. Like, it was so easy. So when people are like, give it a chance, I'm like, yeah, but here's the thing. Like, they did that to themselves.
Like what you just did. You sound like some motherfucking drunk guy getting thrown out of a karaoke bar and he's trying to beg to stay. Just give me a chance, so I can sing. No, because it sounded like so. It's like, give me a chance, so I can sing one more time. Give me a chance.
But it would have been so easy, like, okay, oh, don't give him so much backlash. They don't deserve it. Dude, call him Victor the Manictor. Call him fucking Steve Dave. I don't give a fuck. But to sully the name of the original character when you just didn't have to. Like, that is the easiest franchise on planet fucking Earth to just be like, his name's John Jonathan and not call it Eric Draven. But you went out of your way. There's a fork in the road and you did a fucking U-turn and you drove back to Fucktown. I'm an asshole. And you decided to name Eric Draven because you thought you deserved that because you thought you're fucking special. No, just call him anything else and the movie would have worked fine.
I wish they had named him. I wish they had named him Joe John. So Ben Stiller was like, "Your name's Joe John?" Because yeah, I said you better. I was like, "You better not." I told her I saw her. She was gonna burn it down. I said, "You better not."
You better not.
Your name's Joe John? Yes, Joe John. Joe John. Joe John. Yeah, but again, it's obvious what they were doing it for. Maybe they had no confidence whatsoever going into their movie, that they were afraid that if they called it something new, that no one would go and see it. So they had to rely on the nostalgia flavors by calling it the Eric Draven, The Crow reboot, so that people would go see it. I don't know. It kind of like seems like you just have no confidence at all in your work, that you have to redo something and slap the name Eric Draven and The Crow on it to get people into the good. I mean, I think it's backfiring on you, Johnson.
Yeah, I think it is too. And I'm going to show my age when I say this right now, but I really don't enjoy that whole fucking idea. Like, I don't know the characters in the game. Like, I don't know the little peep and like this person and that person. But from my experience, what I've understood is a lot of that like kind of genre is kind of promoting, hey, get fucked up on Xanax until you overdose, but you're sad, so it's okay. Like emo and goth and shit in the day wasn't really about that. Like, it was like you could be sad or whatever, or like you had the goth movement or whatever, and bad shit happened for sure. But it seems like a lot of the stuff that's coming out of this like trap rap and shit like that is glorifying people overdosing on fucking drugs. And I feel like that's the worst fucking message you could send to kids. I mean, dude, so I really don't know why you would want to make The Crow that.
You're probably more informed on the new rap scene than I am. I mean, the last fucking rappers I follow was Run DMC and fucking Snow.
I don't know. I don't listen to it. But
I know. But you got kids will probably introduce you to them. I don't know anything about them. So when they say, I didn't even know who fucking Post Malone. I was like, you talking about Karl Malone? Yeah, he posted on people. And they're like, no, he's a fucking rapper or singer. And I'm like, and then so I was listening to a song. They're like, what the? I was like, what is this garbage? And so I was like, it's Post Malone. I was like, Karl Malone makes music? Like, I had no fucking clue who the fuck he was. And I saw his grill and his face. I wouldn't hire that motherfucker to bag groceries at Kroger.
It's got a feature from John Stockton on it.
Yeah, I didn't know. I'd actually listen to Karl Malone fucking rap about his time in the NBA. That might be a good album. But no, but it is what it is. You know, if that's your thing, if you like that kind of stuff, you like that music, that's cool. I just think it doesn't fit with the Crow movie. I don't think that rap shit. And again, I like rap music. I just don't think the rap shit works with it.
Yeah, and I don't think so either. And it's not what the original like thing was about. And again, like the message from a lot of that subgenre of the music to me seems like, hey, Percocets, lean, let's get fucked up and die. And I'm like, why is this a cool message to send to the fucking youth? Like your songs are all about getting fucked up and dying, and literally your rappers are dying left and right from overdoses. And these kids are idolizing them, so they're going out and doing the same fucking thing. What tangent did I just get off on? I'm gonna stop the bus.
Don't you know that 14-year-old kids are having it just as hard as World War I veterans when they came back because they just don't know how to deal with stress in the world? Oh my God. Oh my God, I'm depressed. Like that fucking word is thrown around so goddamn much it means nothing anymore. It's like every other fucking bad thing that you can't arrest me. I'm depressed. Fuck you. You're going to jail. I swear to God, I wish I was that cop because I'd smack him in the face. I said, I'm going to do something your mom should have done. I'm going to smack you in the fucking mouth when the cameras are off. And I'm going to say, guess what, bitch? You're going to be in the fucking holding cell for 24 hours. Maybe then you'll sharpen the fuck up. Don't tell me you're depressed. You what? You work for you. How long do you work a day? Probably nothing. You fucking live off your mom and dad's tit. We know. You don't fucking have a care in the world except for what you fucking posted on Instagram last night. Shut the fuck up talking about shit like that.
Stacey, the difference is like songs have always been sad and they've always been about depression and they've always been about stuff like that. But they actually said that and they had lyrics other than just like I'm gonna literally just get fucked up on fucking Percocet until I die, and I'm gonna try to make it a cool thing for kids to do that, and then they're gonna fall. Like that's not goth and that's not emo. That's not what that shit was about. That's something different. You know?
I don't know. I don't listen to new age music. I really don't have. I don't even remember the last news like ish song I listened to. I don't know. I have a YouTube music mix that's very specific, and we're talking about the classics, and it's on repeat. I don't go out and venture from my lane. I stick with what I know, and I move from there. I don't know any of this. Like if they're like, "Hey, have you heard that new song, Gold Chains Higgins?" I'm like, "No, what's that?" It's like, "Yeah, man, Gold Chain Higgins, man.
Gold Chains Higgins."
Gold Chain Higgins is about a pimp daddy from New York who gets his fucking life turned around. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, no, I ain't heard that. Gold, you know what I'm talking about too. When I say Gold Chain Higgins, Gold Chain Higgins.
Gold Chain Higgins. We're gonna start that. That's going to be our AI.
I bet that's going to be. We're going to make a movie company called Gold Chain Higgins.
Oh,
That's
Gold Chain Higgins, dude. I've been so.
That's like, if I was a wrestler in the '80s, dude, I'd call myself Gold Chain Higgins.
Oh, well, Gold Chain Higgins over here. Oh yeah, I know we're old, you guys. I know we're not hip. We're not hip.
We're not shitting on your taste in music, by the way. I don't want everybody to fucking run out and immediately start saying that. Oh, you're saying that every new genre of music today is all about offing yourself and Percocet and Percadaddy, whatever they fucking say today. Like, give me that Percadaddy. I don't know what they say. We're not saying that. I'm just saying that there are subgenres of music today that they do seem like that's what they celebrate constantly. They celebrate stupid shit like eating Tide Pods and fucking a bench and like licking that toilet seat, dog, because that's the way it feels. Licking that toilet seat.
Tide Pods,
whatever.
Tide Pods.
Yeah, you can make a whole song called Tide Pods, Pod Tides. Roll Tide.
Now shake your booty.
Yeah, that's well, in a few more years, that's going to be Alabama's new fucking slogan, not Roll Tide, Tide Pod. But no, anyway, yeah, but we're not shitting on that because I mean, shit, I've got music. I like Savage Garden. I know. Go ahead, open it up. You want to attack me? Feel for it. I don't give a shit.
That entire I don't understand it. I'm confused by it. And again, yeah, music since the beginning of time. Like the band I just went and saw this weekend, Alkaline Trio. Half their songs are about being fucked up and getting fucked up and stuff like that. I get it, but like those artists weren't dying every 5 seconds by the fucking clip and also singing about fentanyl and shit that's literally gonna fucking kill you. It was about having a fucking few beers because you got your heart broken. Yeah. Totally different thing. You know what I mean? Like totally different fucking thing.
But on a brighter note, Alien Romulus looked really fucking good.
Oh my god, didn't it? Shit. Fuck.
I was like, finally, thank God, I can wash that piss shit out of my mouth that I just watched with The Crow, because it really was like it looked like. I mean, dude, like back to basics. It looked like Alien. It looked like an actual Ridley Scott horror movie in space, inspired by the original Alien. Of course it is, but it also had a feel for like. I know people are going to get mad when I say this, but I don't care. It's fine. Zack Snyder, Dawn of the Dead. It had that kind of feel for, I don't know what it was. A little bit more refined, but it had like more of an action pace. It kind of felt like a Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead feel, but it had the more of the finesse horror that Ridley Scott can do. And I know it's Fede Alvarez. And of course, yes, Evil Dead. It had the Evil Dead all over it. You could see that. But yeah, dude, it looks really good. I mean, it only got a little teaser for it, but everything I saw, man, it really does bring back that slogan, in space, no one can hear you scream. Like it really does feel like that claustrophobic, atmosphere building horror movie that the original one was. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I love Aliens, like by nobody's business, but Alien 1, the original, it's a horror movie. Plain and simply, Ridley Scott's Alien is a horror movie. Yeah,
no, I agree with that too, and I think, yeah, dude, I'm not over hyperboling it, hyperboles. Yeah. I can't talk. I'm having a stroke. I know it's hyperbole or whatever, but that might be my favorite teaser I've ever fucking seen, dude, because it didn't give away a fucking thing. As soon as you're in that hallway, it kind of felt like you were in a video game, to be honest. As soon as you're in that hallway, it set the tone. That little screen is like shaking. Everything starts to move. And then you hear the, oh my God, help me. And you hear all this fucked up stuff going on in the background. And then there's just a couple quick shots of cool shit happening. Dude, I really think like Fede Alvarez is about to Evil Dead the fuck out of the Alien franchise, and it's the coolest thing I could have never even thought of something so cool. This was amazing. I think an Evil Dead in space is like the final frontier for the Evil Dead franchise. They might eventually go there anyway. Yeah, that's true. Actually.
That's kind of cool. But either way, I like that Fede Alvarez is going to do his own thing, and he's obviously got his own like directorial style. But he's going to have the blessing of Ridley Scott, who's going to be the executive producer. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, executive producer don't mean dick. That just means that I think Ridley Scott cares enough for the franchise that he's going to definitely give his opinion on certain things. And also Fede Alvarez isn't dumb enough or egotistical enough not to utilize the knowledge of Ridley Scott to help make the movie better, which obviously he will.
So that actually happened, and literally Ridley Scott saw the movie, and he didn't say this to like the press or anything like that, but he told Fede Alvarez after he saw it, he was like, Fede, that was fucking great. And James Cameron also saw it, and he said that both of their notes on it were completely different, but they both love the movie. I think it's going to be like maybe the best fucking movie of the year.
That's a smart director, dude. I mean, if you had access to someone like Ridley Scott and James Cameron, and you could go to them and ask them for notes, how fucking badass would you be? Like, shit, bitch, you're not going to beat me at anything in school. I've got it on lock. But yeah, it looks great, dude. I can't wait for it. And I'm glad that they're getting. It feels like we're finally. And I know that some people like that, and I understand why people like it. But we're getting away from the philosophical, slow burn kind of shit that we started with Prometheus, and then Covenant got a little bit more action oriented. But we're getting away from all that shit, and we're just getting back to the basic bones of what Alien is, and that's great because there really hasn't been a great Alien. I mean, in my opinion, there's not been a great Alien movie since Aliens, and that was all the way back in the 80s. People like Prometheus, but
and like in my experience, from what I understand, most people fucking hate Prometheus. I love Prometheus. I would literally go Alien, Aliens, Prometheus.
That's not really like, but I like Covenant better than Prometheus, but I'm stupid. I like action.
I like Covenant too.
Big bang, boom, boom. I like explosion. I like explodey things. Bring out that alien. I don't need all the fucking subtext shit all the time. But I will say the reason why is because maybe I got burned out on Prometheus. There was so much subtext shit going on and so much story building and stuff. I was like, finally, Alien Covenant might have been dumb, watered down trash, but at least it was action oriented. I was like, at least that's what I got. I mean, that's what I wanted to, because I didn't want to deal with all the. It's like going through like AP fucking English and then finally just relaxing with all the dumb kids in regular English. I wasn't in AP English. Don't get me wrong, I never was, but I'm just saying it was kind of like that. Like we had a thing in our middle school called Magnet Program. We weren't invited because we were dumb, but I'm sure those kids were like. Those kids, their fucking parents did their homework for them. Those assholes, they act like they were so smart.
Those magnet kids in middle school built that fucking pond. They got to spend a whole goddamn week building a fucking pond outside because they were the magnet kids. And you know what happened to me? Some fucking asshole took my backpack and threw it in the pond while my dad was picking me up from school.
Good, you know what? It was
like I gotta go take my backpack out of the pond because I'm a
blessed
loser.
by genius. It was blessed by genius and water.
Maybe that was it.
But no, actually, they really built that. They hired somebody to dig a fucking hole in the backyard and put a hose in it until it filled up. It's like we built a pond. You didn't do shit. You built a fucking mud pile. Anyway, I don't want to get into it on that. But the Prometheus movie, while some people do enjoy it or love it, I think that it's been a long time coming since we've actually had a really, really solid Aliens movie since the Cameron days, and we haven't had a real, truly scary one since the Ridley Scott one. Alien 3 was awful, and then Resurrection was even fucking worse. So yeah, it's about time. About time Daddy got home and fucking got rid of that piece of shit that's been banging his wife. I was gone for a fucking few months overseas, and this is how you treat me, bitch.
So Fede Alvarez did a couple interviews today that came out, and dude, what he said about it is like, dude, it's like me and it's like I built you with a computer. It's so beautiful what he said. He's like, I'm all about practical effects. I only use CG where I absolutely have to. They used models. They used practical effects. They brought back the team from Aliens to do the puppetry and shit on the xenomorphs in this. He said that there are tons of stuff, like the whole movie exists in the Alien universe, right? It exists, I want to say it exists in the 54-year period between Alien and Aliens. But he said it doesn't dismay any of the sequels. He said, but if you watch the movie as a fan of the franchise, you will notice tons of stuff from the sequels. But also you could watch the movie having never seen an Alien movie before and have just as good of a time. And he even mentioned the trailer. He was like, I hate trailers that show everything. He was like, so we showed this just to give the general scope of the idea. It's like they built this guy on a computer, dude. Like he's saying everything I wanted to hear about somebody. And the movie focuses on action and it focuses on horror. Yeah. Like it's just like Alien and Aliens mixed together. It's gonna be fucking awesome, dude.
That's why. That's smart because you made an Alien movie approachable by the vanilla audience. That maybe they don't like sci-fi, but I feel like Alien 1, the original Ridley Scott Alien, it doesn't matter if you like sci-fi or not. I think anybody could approach that movie and be like, this is great. Whether or not you like sci-fi or you just like horror movies, I think it's for both. But it looks really good. I can't wait to see it. I think that Fede Alvarez is going to do a really good job. The only, I mean, we don't know, but I'm pretty sure that he's not going to bring back Sigourney Weaver. But I'd read somewhere a long time ago that Sigourney Weaver and Michael Biehn had wanted. There was like a rumor or like a script somewhere floating around.
Blomkamp wanted.
Yeah, they were going to do something with that. I was like, man, that would have been fucking great because I mean, Sigourney Weaver was on board with it too. She wanted to come back and really redeem herself, especially after Resurrection, because of how dog shit in the water that was. But it is what it is. It's fine. You don't have to conjure up these old spirits of the franchise to make it good or anything like that. They don't have to be in the movie, but it just. Yeah, I like it does. It sucks too because you look at Sigourney Weaver as Ellen Ripley, and she's one of the most iconic badasses in cinema, and like she went out with such a fucking turd of a movie in Salvation, and you really wish that she could be a part of something like this, where it actually looks like it's paying homage to Ridley Scott and doing a great job, and it's too late, but it is what it is.
And I agree with you, man. And honest to God, like I swear to God, and we're getting ready to tonight. Also, one of the things we're going to do is we're going to take a look at some of the Rotten Tomatoes reviews for Ghostbusters: The Frozen Empire, and talk about the response to that because that's wild. We haven't seen it yet. We're seeing it Friday.
I got my wife got me a hoodie with Ghostbusters Frozen Empire logo.
Oh no, I hope you like it.
I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear it on Friday when I go see the movie.
Then you're just gonna burn it afterwards if you hate the movie.
Yeah. No, I'll still wear it. I'll wear it with pride. I'll just say, yeah, well, the movie didn't live up to my standards, but I'm still a fan.
yeah, those hoodies are expensive. You gotta go with what you got. But I swear to God, dude, like, so we're gonna talk about that. But also, that's what I was getting ready to say was that I would have much rather 100 times out of 100 times had a movie that was original, that was gonna do its own thing, that was gonna try to be scary and tell its own esoteric story, than have them. Honestly, it would have been cool, but like I would much rather have this than have them be like, oh, it's a fucking nostalgia bait. We're bringing back Ripley and we're doing all these things and we're doing the recool and the Jamie Lee Curtis and all that shit. Like, I'm so happy we're getting that. I think that's why I'm so fucking.
No, it wasn't that. I mean, I think Jamie Lee Curtis was just an overused fucking thing trope anyway. I'm talking about, like, I feel like the reason I would have done Ellen Ripley is because I would have done Ellen Ripley for sure, but I would have used Ellen Ripley because she went off on a fucking terrible note. And without her, I mean, Ridley Scott obviously is responsible for the Alien creation and the franchise moving forward the way that it did. I think James Cameron is the one that really took the torch and moved it past just another sci-fi horror movie, in my opinion. But I think that Ellen Ripley was so important to not only fans who loved that character, but also the franchise that let her go out at least in one. You know, you could say that her she could be in the movie. Her pod got you could retcon a little bit, like, you know, her pod got partially opened or something, and she aged a little bit, and then she's in the movie, and she self-sacrificed, much like we wanted to have that happen with Jamie Lee Curtis' character and Michael Myers' Halloween. I'm just saying, like, I think that she could have been a part of it, and it would have been cool. I don't think it would have been playing on nostalgia. I think it would have actually been a good send-off because I wouldn't want Ellen Ripley to die, or I wouldn't want Ellen Ripley to live after the movie.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying it would be a bad movie or I would hate it or anything. I'm just saying I'm so much more pumped to have a story I know nothing about with characters I know nothing about that's just going to do its own thing. Like, I would be excited for Ellen Ripley to come back, sure, and then to do the Neil Blomkamp story, because, like, again, what Alien 3 did fucked them all over so bad. But like
Resurrection, or the fourth one. Hold on.
They've been fucked. Yeah, they've been fucked over 7 ways from Sunday. But like, yeah, that I'm so much more excited about just an original story by a guy who you know is going to come with the butt thunder and try to make it scary. I'm so pumped. I think I don't know what our top 10 anticipated was. I don't remember it, but like for me right now, it's Deadpool and Wolverine, Alien, Romulus, and then everything else is like down here. Like as far as my anticipation goes.
Okay, I have mine actually. I didn't even have Romulus on mine. I had Deadpool 3, Beetlejuice 2, Ghostbusters, Craven, Nosferatu, Godzilla, Gladiator 2, Spider-Man, BioShock, and Final Destination 6. So there was no Godzilla. I don't even think it made my honorable mentions because I didn't really care until I saw the trailer.
Yeah, and also Alien Isolation totally felt like that. Had that same vibe. I felt like I only played that game for like 20 minutes because I was like, this is hard. I'm just gonna go smoke a bowl and sit on.
Oh, you never finished it?
No,
it was a great game. You should have finished.
Not. I know. Had I actually smoked a bowl, I probably would have had the patience to finish the game.
Alien Isolation is actually really good. And also, Alien Firestorm was a great game too, even though it got really hard at the end.
Was that the one that was like Contra kind of like where you're like on a team?
No,
and you, like, shoot shit?
Well, it's a top down. It's a top down. Like it's more of an RTS, but yeah, it's not like Contra. Contra is more of a straightforward action adventure. It's you have to like command your troops to go this way, like, and then they move over here to space. Yeah, it's like an RTS, like top down kind of game. Like I like those kind of games, but it got really like extremely hard toward the end, and I don't think I ever finished it. I just watched somebody on YouTube finish it.
As far as the poll goes, by the way, as far as the Crow goes, 23% of you say you loved it, 33% say blasphemy, 44%, and the winner says probably gonna suck, which is I land on blasphemy, and it could be a good movie, but I'm always good. Like I don't know, maybe it's a good movie, but like I'm good. The trailer,
maybe she doesn't have chlamydia. I don't know. That sore on her lip doesn't look like it might be contagious, but I'll take a chance if this is my dick in it. I don't think that's true at all. I think it's going to suck balls. And then the reason why, you know what? And it sucks that, no, you know what? It might not even suck. I just think it's stupid that you're calling it the Eric Draven story. It's not an Eric Draven. It's not the Eric Draven fucking movie.
And I'll never be able to let go of that ever. I agree with you, but also, like, it's one thing to let go of the Eric Draven story. It's another thing to give the guy a fucking mullet and have him be like, "Yo, I'm the Crow dog. What's up? Can't rain all time. What's up?"
How old is Bill
Come on.
Skarsgård? He cannot be that young. Like, he looks like he's in his 30s.
I don't know, but I also think that Bill Skarsgård's thing's a little overblown. Like, Bill Skarsgård has been a good actor. Like, he was good in It. He was a good Pennywise. He was good in Barbarian. He's been good in anything I've seen him in. I think the guy's a good actor. But what I've seen from people is like, dude, Bill Skarsgård is an all-time fucking legendary. He could do no wrong. I'm like, we don't know that yet. He doesn't have that kind of pedigree yet. He may actually stink the fucking place up like a goddamn truck station bathroom. I'm not ready to give him carte blanche.
Well, I think
whatever he does, it's going to be great. He hasn't earned that. What's he done to earn that?
I think he's okay. I don't think he's like, I don't know anybody selling him as phenomenal. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's a
phenomenal. Oh, they are, dude. Trust me.
Well, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's like an all right actor, but he's 33 years old. I'm 40. Mike's 38. So here's the thing. I'm saying that, like, this will be the generation, like the same generation you're trying to use us to fucking identify with the TikTokers and Instagrammers. How the fuck? Why does that make it? Like, why didn't you just make him like 22-year-old fucking douchebag, whole dickhead that fucking lives at home and does the SoundCloud thing? Then everybody be like, yeah, I understand that. That makes sense. Now you really are connecting with the 19-year-old dipshits. Now you really are. Why didn't you just do that?
Yeah, I totally agree with you. Also, tonight, as we go further, again, we're going to do the Ghostbusters thing. We are going to take a look at the first look of Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. We thought that trailer was going to come out today. Hey,
yeah, they pushed it back till next fucking week.
Well, I heard tomorrow. Did they say next week? I heard tomorrow.
Well, the site I saw, they said they delayed it till next week because they fucking decided to release that bullshit Furiosa instead. Good job. Great move. So that's how you fucking do it. That's how you do it.
I heard, I do think Furiosa looks good, but I did hear
that. I'm not going to pick it over Beetlejuice.
Yeah, I heard today, I heard yesterday, I heard tomorrow. I also heard it was going to play in front of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, that's why they were doing it.
We're going to be reviewing it on Friday, but here's the thing. Furiosa, if you literally were like, I think Furiosa is the best. Like, that's probably the thing we need to. You're stupid. If Beetlejuice 2's trailer was ready to go, I don't know why you would delay it. Unless you're trying to maybe edit something that you don't want to. Maybe it gives away too much. I don't know. But it's Beetlejuice. I don't fucking care, dude. Give away the whole goddamn. I just want to see the trailer. I don't care.
Yeah, I think it's because they fucked up because dude, this week is fucking nuts. Like, the movie's coming out, the trailer's coming out, the news coming out. It's been non-fucking stop. Like, all the shit that's been coming out. So I guess what they decided was, with all the content coming out this week, they wanted to have a day to themselves. But here's the thing: the account tweeted Beetlejuice 2 days ago. Today they tweeted Beetlejuice twice. So the imagination is that tomorrow is the day we're gonna get the trailer.
So they did it day after 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, like, because you say Beetlejuice 3 times, that whole thing. Like,
no,
so
I mean, like, they did it yesterday and they did it today.
Yeah. So tomorrow's the likely date, but who knows?
Stupid. That's fucking. Like, I hate when they do these cutesy ass fucking things. Just drop the fucking trailer. We're not a Hallmark fucking card store. Don't give me that cutesy shit. Oh my god, yeah, it's so cute. Oh my god, it's so cute. Shut the fuck. Just like when they did the shit with the pumpkin bullshit on Twitter for the Halloween. I just wanted to fucking stab somebody in the throat with a butcher's knife. Just drop the fucking trailer. You fucking. We're not in kindergarten with stickers. What the fuck is that? Just drop the shit.
That's such a weird thing to get so angry about.
Yeah, dude, I get angry about.
How dare you fucking excite me?
No, it's not about excitement. It's about teasing, and I don't like a cock tease, whether it's sexual or it's a movie. Don't cock tease. I hate marketing. Me. It's not marketing. That's just bullshit. And morons that think that it's a great idea. That fucking eating that dick up. I like that dick. Tastes good. If it's fucking done, just release it. Let's go. Let's make it an event. Yeah, it's so fun.
Why would they want their movie to be an event? I don't know either. It's crazy.
What do you mean? Like, no, you're not going to smart ass thing and then fucking move on.
Not being a smart ass on purpose. It makes sense. Like, of course they're going to try to make it a thing. They're going to try to edge people for it. That makes all the sense.
They edged me off the fucking bed. I'm not even interested.
Edge my yard. Adrian Ybarra says, "Hey, baby cakes, where can I get some Wham merch?" There's actually 2 sites for Wham merch. We need to finalize the movement over to them, but there's one on Teespring. There's one on oh fuck, I don't even know the name of the fucking thing. I think it is Redbubble. I think you're right. I think that could be the one. But there's 2 different ones. Email me, Edge. I can send it to you. We need to finalize that, but it should be in like the literal links down below. Like, it should be popping them up and having like little pictures for you to pick from. But there's stuff coming for that for sure. Lee, you mother.
Lord, Lee.
fucking fuck a riot spring shade sprinkler fuck. Hey, sexy fellas, the Alien Romulus teaser trailer and poster looks amazing, even if the Beetlejuice photos look amazing. Can't wait for them both to come out. Michael Keaton looks amazing. He never ages. Nice freaking model. Honk, honk.
That's why I don't do 2 shows a week anymore. I just won't do it. Yeah, he looks. I did see that. I actually already saw it. When I was looking up Beetlejuice 2 trailer, it showed first images of Michael Keaton on the thumbnail. But yeah, he does look great, and I'm glad. And and it's really cool to see Michael Keaton back in a movie that he really does enjoy more than even Batman. He said that he would literally do Beetlejuice 100 because he loves it that much. I mean, of course he loves the Batman series, but as Beetlejuice, like that's his favorite character that he's ever done with Tim Burton. So it's nice to see him have one more hurrah back into. And I'm glad they didn't do this because they could have easily said, "We'll just replace Beetlejuice. We'll just replace Michael Keaton and we'll put another guy." But I don't feel like you can. To be fair, I think there's a reason why you haven't seen a remake of Ace Ventura yet. Like like Jim Carrey is so cartoony with his body. He has such a weird dynamic about him, the way that he delivers lines. You can't remake those movies. I think that Michael Keaton's the same with how he portrayed Beetlejuice. It just doesn't work.
I agree, and we're still talking about your super chat, Lee, but I'm gonna take it off because it's covered half of Jay's face. He looks like Sub-Zero right now. You look Tim.
I know it's Ermac.
But yeah, this was in honor of Lee's super chat. We could talk about this right now. That they did release this still of it, dude. You're right. He looks fucking amazing. Like,
yeah, it looks incredible, dude. He looks like I just shit my pants. But what of it? I'm still gonna order my sandwich.
Yeah, it's like when someone smells something, just someone fart, you're like, it was.
It's like hey Joe Biden, you forgot the teleprompter. I shit my pants. Yeah, dude, it fucking looks good. Dude. I can't wait. Now I don't know. I've heard some rumors about it. Oh, and by the way, if you look in the photo, that looks like the set, like right there, dude, at the very bottom of the bottom right. It looks like those. You remember that set that the ones that died before in the original movie had made, like he made a whole play set of the town.
Oh yeah. The model or whatever.
The model of the town that's in the attic right there. That looks like that. And now he's added like the stars and the moon and shit, like, or the planets and the moon around on top.
Yeah, that is.
So it looks like he's actually coming up from the board because remember they had that whorehouse in the playset thing too.
Yeah, and I just gotta say, like, it's like of all the things, like everyone's like, "Hey, Hollywood, come up with new ideas, stop doing sequels or whatever." The fact that Tim Burton's coming back to do this, and also number two, it works because Beetlejuice is a character based on the makeup, based on how grungy and like gross he's supposed to look. And I'm not saying anything bad about Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton looks great for his age, but like with some roles, it's weird. Like Dumb and Dumber, they looked aged and it was kind of weird. It being Beetlejuice, Michael Keaton's age actually just plays right the fuck into how the character's supposed to look. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He looks really good. I mean, dude, I was just thinking, like, remember that scene at the end when he's like looking at that girl's skirt at the end, and then she slaps and goes, "Hey!" He's like, "Hey!" I was like, dude, you can tell that Michael Keaton's having so much fun playing, like in the original Beetlejuice, that I can only imagine how great and how amazing the movie's going to be, just because he's so passionate about the role. Like, to be fair, like, what if Michael Keaton? I know he would never do anything, but what if Michael Keaton was the new Willy Wonka and he just acted like he's so fucking nuts, but have the personality of Beetlejuice if he was Willy Wonka?
That'd be way more watchable than Timothy Chalamet.
I haven't seen it yet. I know it's on HBO Max. I still haven't watched it, but yeah,
I don't have any interest.
Looks really good. He looks great. I mean, what can you say?
Yeah, it's pretty simple. It's like that again, like when you see like the crow images, you're like, oh, I'm gonna see the crow, and you have something in your mind of what you're gonna see, and you're like, dear God, what have they done to my sister? Like when you see this, you're like, that's exactly what I expected to see. It looks fucking awesome.
Yeah, the crow remake is like when you walk in watching your mom get doggy style by your dad, and you're like, what the fuck? And then like the Beetlejuice,
Santa Claus.
Yeah, and Beetlejuice is like when you first like slide your wiener in for the first time, you're like, oh my God, it's in.
I remember this. Did he die?
Nice time.
Adrian Ybarra. I know The Walking Dead's been out of the spotlight for years, but the Rick Michon spinoff is crazy good. So far, the best since season 5 and 6, arguably ever. Story beats are fresh and unpredictable. For sure, recommend it.
Yeah, I actually tried my best to binge watch all the Walking Deads to catch back up. I think I got to 6 or 7. Right, I don't remember. It was the one where Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character and Rick had kind of, come to like an understanding, and then not really, but kind of. Jeffrey Dean Morgan was in the town prison. Anyway, I just lost all like interest in it. But yeah, I've heard it's good. I'm glad that they're still. Look, listen, the best, in my opinion, the best part of the show was Rick. And when Rick was gone from the show, I was like, it's got to be dead. It's got to be like literally be a dead show, and it's not. I mean, other people will argue and say Daryl and all that stuff was a part of. I don't know, man. Daryl's a great character, but I always thought the heart and soul of the show was Rick. It was all about his perspective anyway, right? His wife fucking cheats on him. He goes back to get his son. He's trying to survive this apocalyptic world, and once he's gone from the show, like, what's the story? You know what I mean?
I have seen a bunch of posts about it and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm not on it, so I don't know anything. But I just can't believe they're still trying to milk that tit.
Well,
Michonne
and I actually was surprised that he wanted to come back. I mean, because I thought I can't remember the guy's name. He's a great actor too. The guy that plays Rick was done with it because he wanted to do other projects. But money speaks to your soul, and so he came back. And apparently that the Maggie and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I cannot remember his fucking name for the life of me, the leather jacket that beats the shit out, with the baseball bat. Anyway, Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character, what the fuck's his name? How's it escaping me? Anyway, I don't remember. Apparently that show is going to be good, or it's already on. It's good. I don't know. But Maggie, what the fuck's his name? Negan. Yeah. By the way,
let a naysayer know.
Yeah. Did you guys know, or did you guys see this? Somebody posted a fake. And some people were running with it. I'm like, to be fair, if those guys were cast in it, I don't want to see that movie remade, but I got to be like, that'd be pretty cool. There was a fake poster or something about a Tombstone remake, and Matthew McConaughey was going to be in it along with Jeffrey Dean Morgan. And I was like, yeah, it was fake. It was not true. But dude, if you're going to remake Tombstone and you're going to cast McConaughey and Jeffrey Dean Morgan, I mean, you could go worse. You could get worse.
It's a dark night.
I would not want to cast McConaughey as like Wyatt Earp or anything. Jeffrey Dean Morgan could pull it off, but not McConaughey. I could see McConaughey doing like at least a decent job as Doc.
Yeah, I can't imagine in my mind's eye them ever doing that. It just hurts my soul.
Well, but you don't have to. They don't have to remake the actual movie Tombstone, but just another Wyatt Earp story, and that's around Tombstone.
Maybe a sequel. Or
something. But those guys would work. I mean,
I could picture Malcolm McDowell. I could picture Impossible Loomis in that role. No, I could picture Matthew McConaughey around that thing for sure. Dogma. Did you guys see the photo of the dude who was touching his ding-a-ling while watching Love Lies Bleeding at the theaters? People are great. I did not see that.
No, but that man's a legend. He needs to have a baseball card for him.
Love Lies Bleeding, by the way, it's Kristen Stewart and this super ripped like Jack chick, and they're lesbians together, and they do crime. I heard about that. I had plans to watch it, but it's just been crazy with all this stuff, so I haven't got a chance to.
I've not been able to get my lotion for my dry skin at Kroger.
I'm just saying shit like just trying to get you guys off the scent because that guy was actually me. Like it was me in the theater, and I'm trying to save the channel.
I thought it was good. I'm just trying to get you off the scent so I can invite Jay over, and we can turn the lights off and watch it together.
Yeah, weird. Well, I mean, people touch themselves in movie theaters. I remember when 50 Shades of Grey came out, and like theater workers were finding fucking cucumbers and shit on the floor where women had given themselves a vitamin D injection of fruits, vegetables.
Good job.
Nighttime. Stephen King says Night Swim was awesome on his Twitter. He said it's like a low budget Steven Spielberg film from Spielberg's early period. Yeah, I know. That's what he said, and he's wrong.
Night Swim.
It was a movie that came out earlier this year that sucked fucking dog shit. Like it was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. And Stephen King's like, I really enjoyed this, but like Stephen King's so weird, dude. It's like you were the master of fucking horror writing. Like you're the fucking god of horror novel writing.
No, he's a little too long-winded, but he was up there.
Yeah, but then he gets on Twitter and he's like the worst tweeter ever. And it's like, it's not the political shit. Like, I don't care either way. You guys know how I feel about that. But like his tweets are just like nonsensical. They're not funny. They're just dumb. And then he picks the worst shit. He'll pick like a hot turd on a Sunday and be like, this is true cinema. Like, I really like it. I endorse this piece of shit. He does that often.
Leave the guy alone. He's just trying to stay relevant.
I mean, he's relevant, and I guess books fucking sell. But like, whenever something comes out,
I mean, But if you're not a Stephen King fan, you're not a Stephen King fan. I don't know how much he connects with the younger folk because I mean, people don't read anymore. They're just like, if it's on Instagram or fucking TikTok, then I don't care. How many people actually fucking read books? Like I'm actually surprised there's libraries anymore.
That's true. Dude, it's so bad. I honestly retweeted it when he tweeted that, and I was like, I officially am off of listening to any recommendations Stephen King makes because
I was gonna say don't retweet his shit on normal because they're like, oh, obviously Mike supports liberal shits.
Well, no, not the Trump shit or whatever. Like, I don't care. Like, I hate all those fuckers. But like when he tweets stuff about movies, I'm like, normally it's an endorsement. They're like, Stephen King said he liked it, but now it's like Stephen King said he liked it, and you're like, oh,
well, listen, it's
fuck.
weird. Well, the last time I heard it, like the last time, I don't think I've ever. No, Stephen King had a recommendation for because I read all of the book. Like I read all.
You
of
like
them.
Dark Tower too, the movie.
Fuck!
He liked that piece of shit.
Jesus Christ, dude. That guy had lost more than just his fucking ability to walk when he got hit by that car. Apparently his ability to think. But no, yeah, when he tweeted something about, or it wasn't a tweet, it was actually before Twitter, because I used to read his books. He recommended
Shout out Stephen King. We're glad you survived that in our life, by the way. Fucking love you.
I mean, if I ever meet you, yeah, sure. I'm glad you're still walking around. I'll never meet you though, but I meant like just it was a joke. But anyway, I know Dean Koontz. He recommended Dean Koontz, and I think Dean Koontz was just as bad and overblown as he was. And I tried to read a Dean Koontz book, and it was like the most fucking disgusting things I've ever read. In the opening was like some old man jacking off a fucking young boy in a theater, and I'm like, yeah, this is exactly what I want to fucking read tonight. This is exactly what I want to fucking be in my head. No, I don't remember what the fuck it was. And you know what? I don't like, I know that Dean Koontz is a bestseller, and I understand, but dude, I think he's like a shit, dude. I'm not into that fucking dirty ass circus at all.
What actual Stephen King movie that Mike Flanagan did actually had that scene? Like, it had a dad like setting his daughter on his lap and like jerking off while the sun came up or some fucked up shit like
in
that.
A movie?
No, in the show, in the Netflix show, Haunting of Hill House, I think it was.
I never watched that.
I was like, what is going on? Or no, was it Gerald's Game? I think is what it was.
Yeah, see, Gerald's Game, the book was great, but here's the thing: I understand why people like why that is in a story. I just don't personally like that shit. It's fucking gross to me. I don't like that, and I understand why that could be horrific and why people use it. But I don't know, man. And then the only time he ever actually said anything good was like, I've seen the new face of horror, and his name is Clive Barker. Speaking of Hellraiser, back in the day. But to be fair, Hellraiser, it was it takes a certain type of person. I'm not saying that all people are like that, but the Hellbound Heart, the novella that he wrote, it's a weird fucking book. It's weird. Yeah. And it really, you got to be like ready to fucking trip acid to read it, because it gets out there. And like, but that was the only time I remember him actually being kind of relevant. He'll say, but yeah, now the endorsement from Stephen King, who gives a fuck? I mean, it wouldn't matter.
It's literally lost its luster 100% for sure. Adrian Ybarra. The animated Spider-Verse inspired Batman Beyond movie pitch that was rejected, I feel, would have been epic. Or should Michael Keaton play an old Bruce and get a younger actor to play Terry in live action?
That's it right there, Adrian. You got it. You got it. You got it. A hole in one. Fucking shoot him again. Fuck yeah, dude. You already got, yeah, exactly. Michael Keaton. And I think there were plans for that Michael Keaton was going to play an older Bruce, and they were going to get a younger actor to play Terry, which would have been great. I think that would have been fine. And I would have been down for that. But unfortunately, things go the way they go with DC, WB. It fell through the cracks. Nobody gives a shit. Now it's gone. Would he still be open to it? Maybe. But would it ever happen? I don't know. Like, I don't know. What's the demand? Like, because right now all the focus is on what's his name? James Gunn rebooting the DC universe. So there's probably no room for a Batman Beyond type of story right now. But me and Mike suggested a long time ago. Why do you have to? I mean, I'm not saying I'm not like a fan of it, but I'm saying it's not needed. But why do you have to copy Marvel and have a shared universe anyway? You could just tell individual stories, and that's where a Batman Beyond movie could work. You don't have to tell a shared universe and have origin stories, and this is how they meet and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be far more interested in that as well. A bunch of just one-offs and weird shit going on.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I read the animated. Yeah, if they do the animated, Warner Brothers is our king of animated. Yeah, if they do the animated, it'll work.
And they might as well. And but that's the thing still remains, like, just do one-off weird Batman movies. Like, people will watch. It's fine. Courtney, Beetlejuice might be the only sequel after a classic that I'm not worried about. I'm honestly not worried either.
I'm not either. I feel like it's in good hands.
Yeah, dude, they're doing practical effects. Tim Burton said, I think today, that they literally are doing stop motion for some of the effects to try to make it feel old school. Michael Keaton loves it. He's into it. There's no red flags with Beetlejuice.
I wonder what year they're making it in.
2020.
That'll be no, because it'll be interesting because I think Lydia's married in it, and she's obviously older. But because the makeup, you can make Michael Keaton ageless. What if they put it in the early, because when did Beetlejuice come out? Late 80s, early 90s. So Lydia was 16 or 15 years old. If she married, let's say 10 years after that, like, you could set it in the early 2000s if you want it.
Yeah, no, and Jenna Ortega being in there is gonna. She's perfect for that world. That shit makes a ton of sense. I have to pee, Jay. I gotta go pee. We are at Farmers Market. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum. That's not Farmers Market. I got it wrong. We are at. Oh, hang on. Before I do go, I will say this because I know Jay hasn't seen it yet. I will not spoil a thing. I swear to God. But Courtney said, if you want to get caught up to where we are, say at 8:03 p.m. Episode 1 and 2 of X-Men 97 came out today, and I just gotta tell you guys, it fucking rocks. It's so fucking good, dude. The animation,
I want to watch it.
Man, the animation has all the nostalgia, right? But also it's updated. You feel like you're watching it in 4K. So it's got that perfect animation style, but it also feels new. The stories are so fucking mind-boggling. Like I felt like a kid again watching it because like they will do something drastic with a character, and you're like, what fucking days of our lives, holy fucking like a cliffhanger type of shit are we doing here? All the voice acting's great. It is weird to hear Wolverine not sound like Hugh Jackman again. Huh? Morph's fucking awesome in it.
No, but he was. Well, I wonder. I wonder if they're doing deadly reunions or something like that. Did they say what they were doing? The episode name?
No. Apparently, it picks off from the last one.
It's a sequel. It's a sequel to it. Never mind.
Yeah. So, dude, so I don't want to spoil anything, so I won't say anything about the actual story. But I'll say this: shit's happening, dude. Like the first episode's pretty great. The second episode is fucking mind-boggling. It literally, I felt like I was a kid, not even watching the animated series. I felt like I was a kid reading a brand new comic with like Heroes Reborn or some shit, with just like storyline after storyline, and like blown away by how dramatic it is and how fun it is and how fun the action scenes are. And they nailed the music, dude. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, I love it. It's on Disney Plus, right?
Yes, yeah.
I gotta reactivate my account because I shut it down.
I'll just give you my password.
No, I'll just don't worry about it. I'm gonna get that $5 for it's $5 for 3 months.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. It's so fucking good though, man. I loved it. All right, that's where we're at. 8:03. Courtney just read that one. I'll be right back.
Okay, I'll see you.
Gonna relieve my wiener.
Okay. Dicks. Yay. Robin Barker, thank you so much. Says, hey guys, I'm sick as shit today. Sorry to hear that, dude. As I had an overall bad day at work. Well, that's never good. Happy Wham is here tonight to make me feel a little bit better. Well, we hope so, or make you feel worse by looking at us. I mean, it can go either way, but I'm sorry that you weren't feeling well and that work sucked. But I'm glad that you're here tonight. Dean Creebetweens, you sold my name. How was Chicago, Mike? I'll ask him that when he comes back, but it's not for me because I've never been there. 805, Roman says, hey, Mike and Jay, it's so good to see Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. He looks great. I'm excited for Beetlejuice 2. Me is too, sir. Me is too, Ron. Yeah, he looks great. I mean, he looks amazing. He doesn't look like he's aged a fucking day, but that's because of the makeup shit. I mean, the Kardashians taught us that, right? But yeah, he looks really good. Okay, going through. D Mitch, fellas, y'all see Quiet on the Set? Quiet on the Set? Yeah, no, I never seen that. I thought you said Quite on the Set. Quite a Gentleman appeared on the set. No, I haven't seen it. I don't know. I literally have been in a cave of fucking video game. Like, I've been playing Final Fantasy Rebirth and doing nothing else except getting fatter and like watching reviews on how to beat Queen's Blood, which is a card game in the video game. Don't worry about it. But I have not seen Quiet on the Set. Is it a documentary thing? I don't know. Or is it like a about the life of directors? I don't know. I haven't seen it though, but thank you, D Mitch. T-Man 3637. That's how many women that he's had sex with. 3,637 for show. Because you don't have your name T-Man. You're T-Man. Good to see y'all guys. I've been watching since 24,000 subs. Cool. And I remember being in English class when I was a sophomore in high school. Now I'm in college. Keep being genuine. Fuck, dude. Holy shit. You were watching us back then? I bet you failed so many classes because of that horse shit. Man, I'm 40 though. So it's not going to make me feel any older, but it does. So thank you for the insult. But I know it wasn't, and I love you. Thank you, T-Man. It just makes a tear brings. I get misty eyed. Fuck, I'm old. But yeah, man, congratulations on getting into college. Holy shit, dude. Be careful of those student loans, though. Danny Darby, thank you so much. Says, what's up, fellas? I'm ready to get some whim up in my ass tonight. Okay, wait. I know. Never mind. Hey, Mike. I went. Okay, so that's for. I read your first part. So the second part. the Alkaline Trio thing. So 812. Hold on, 812. I'm gonna make sure I mark these so I remember. 812 and 804. 812 and 804. Okay. I love Webb says Jay is the cutest ever. I appreciate that. I don't get to hear that very often. Usually, definitely not from my wife any longer because I was just caught up in my video game and things like that. But I appreciate that. Thank you too. Thank you. No, I'm kidding. She's not a bad person. I just literally have been not available for a long. Like my phone rings and shit, and I'm playing a game. Like I don't know what that is. Like I don't even care. Like what's a phone? I don't have that on me when I'm playing the video game. But thank you, man. Oh my God, did I forget 812? I got no. But thank you. The Masked Met says, boys, got a great idea for a tier list, but we all got to do homework. Fuck, dude. Songs based or inspired by horror movies. I got something like that, dude. Pet Cemetery, Ramones. I mean, of course. I don't want to be buried in a pet cemetery. I know, it's awful, but that's exactly what. Man Behind the Mask, Alice Cooper classic. Let's get in there. Godzilla, Blue Oyster Cult. We like that as well. Dude, I'm not going to lie with you. I have a list right here. It's something that we definitely will have to do at some. I have best horror songs. Literally, you can see I wrote it down in my notebook, and I wrote it down a long time. It's not going to focus. Best horror songs. You see, and these are not ranked. God damn it! They're not ranked. Okay, if I barely move, it goes off. But I have literally Alice Cooper, Man Behind the Mask. It's not, but it's on my list. There's also I'm Awake. Goo Goo Dolls was a great movie, a great song with a shitty movie. Dude, I can't spoil it. But you're absolutely right, dude. That would be a great top 10. Gary, coming in hot and sexy, says, I love the first, second, and third and fourth. Or what? I love the first, second, to the third and fourth are guilty pleasures. I would take them before this one. I like. Okay, I like. Okay, you're talking about The Crow. I would take this one. I like the action. Just don't make him Eric. Exactly. I agree with you. I don't even go past City of Angels at all. Like City of Angels, that story was great and was good enough, and I'm fine with that. The third and the fourth, I'm not interested in that shit at all. It looks like a ticking time bomb that I'm just not trained to dismantle. So I don't even want to go near those movies, but they look like shit. But yes, you're right. They don't need to, if they didn't do anything with Eric Draven's story, I think it would universally be accepted generally if it was just a great sequel in the Crow universe, because we haven't had one of those in a long time. But that's my opinion. Gary also says, thank you so much, says there are hundreds of them in the comics with different designs. I know. One is a woman with a crow painted on her face. I know. And one guy has all tattoos. That's the thing. The Crow could be anybody. That's what's so unique and cool about that character. It's just when you die and if there's anger or vengeance in your heart, that it brings you back to exact revenge. They give you justice. And it's, I don't know how or why or the specifics of why it selects a certain individual, but that's what makes it a unique character. You're absolutely right. There's a lot of different Crows and there's a lot of different stories. I don't know why you got to focus on Eric Draven unless it's just nostalgia. But yeah, you're exactly right. JT Customs. There was a TV series that was released in 1998, and it brought back Eric. The original movie was an adaptation of the graphic novel. 2024 is a re-adaptation. I don't remember the TV show. Was it really? It had to be hot shit. I never remember it. I don't know. I know the original movie was an adaptation, but yeah, I mean it's fine. I don't think it's a smart idea. You know what I'm saying? Like I think the adaptation of the graphic novel that they did in 1994 is good enough. I don't think you need to go back and do another adaptation of the movie that they did in 94 that was an adaptation of the graphic novel. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't need to like double stamp a triple stamp, Harry. You just don't do that. I feel like we can move past that. The Eric Draven, the Brandon Lee story that was told is perfect the way that it is, and just make a new Crow. And there's plenty of subject material in the comic book series to go with that, right? So anyway, there's two for you. I left off my dick is swelling up and not in a good way.
You want me to suck out the poison?
Yes, please, because you were gonna suck my ass.
I got you. I'm caught up on it. Or what time did you leave off on at the bottom?
Questions for you specifically.
But right, no, I know that's where I'm at.
Okay, so 8:17 is where I'm leaving.
Okay, sweet. I gotcha. I got you, and you got me. That's the wrong person to make big. We've all made the wrong person big a time or 7 in our lives. Dean Cream Betweens, what's up, dude? How was Chicago, Mike? It was great, dude. It was great. It was fun hanging out with Mike White, and we had a blast together. We played some Super Nintendo, played Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on Super Nintendo. That was super fucking fun. We tried NFL Quarterbacks Club. That shit was hard as fuck on Super Nintendo. Had a great time. The Alkaline Trio concert, they were great. The only thing that was bad about the concert was the people. When I mean that, like it was packed. It was sold out. So like we went and we moshed a couple songs and we had a great fucking time. I'm still feeling the reverb effects of that. But then like all of a sudden the drinking all day kicked in. It was like, it's fucking hot in here. Oh my God, I'm going to die. And like, it was so packed in, sardine tight, that like some people were dicks. Like you would go to leave to get out to the side and people were like, no, I'm not fucking moving. It's like, I'm not trying to steal your spot. I'm trying to get out. And like, you know, people at concerts can be such fucking cunts. You know, they really can at times. And some people can be cool. I literally almost got in a fight with a couple guys because me and Kate and Mike and Veronica were trying to move in the back. Someone goes like, get the fuck out of the way. And I was like, calm the fuck down. And then there was like a whole thing with that. I shoulder checked the dude. Fucking, he was being a fucking cunt. So when I went to walk away, I just fucking, and like, I wouldn't do that. The guy totally deserved it. He was being a cunt, a Saurus 5000. But still the concert was great. They played great. We had a fucking amazing time. I rode a train in Chicago. I felt like I was in Scream 6. But yeah, it was a fun time, man. I really enjoyed. I enjoyed myself, and I didn't get a Chicago hot dog when I was there. But when I got home, I made my own Chicago hot dog, and it was really fucking good. And Robin, hey, Mike and Jay, it's so good to see Michael Keaton back as Beetlejuice. Oh, you read these. I'm at the point where there was just a couple specifically towards moi, and it was at 8:17. So, Danny Darby. What's up, fellas? I'm ready to get some weight up in my ass tonight. Wait, I mean, never mind. Hey, Mike, I went to the Alkaline Trio concert in Cleveland and they kicked ass. Can we watch the Violent Nature trailer tonight? I'm hoping we get time to watch the Violent Nature trailer. My mouth is dry. But yeah, dude, that's awesome. I'm glad you had a great fucking time. They're playing that. They sound so good right now. They're doing so good. I remember just bits and pieces of that concert because it was crazy, but I've seen them before. So then they sounded great. So fuck yeah, dude. I hope you had an amazing time. My dog is behind me. My dog! Hell, get out of here. You're going to fucking break something. Dick. Brandon Ferguson. I don't know if Jay answered this or not, but what's up, you handsome son of a bitches? The new Alien movie looks great. Also, fun fact, my mom named me after Brandon Lee. That's badass. It's a lot to live up to. I will say that because Brandon Lee was just like a one of fucking one. That's cool as shit though, man. That's badass. Iron Samurai. Hey, Mike and Jay. Mike, I would love to hear you do another voice impersonation, but this time of Jay's Dr. Loomis. And Jay, I'd like to hear you do your best voice impression of Mike's Mark Wahlberg. Love you guys. The best Jay impersonation I can do is, you did a goddamn job, you fucking piece of shit, Michael Myers. How dare you? It's terrible. There's reason why Jay does that. It's like, you don't have a police force. I'm dying to hear Jay's version of the Michael Myers thing. But thank you, Iron Samurai. I appreciate that. I appreciate it very much. Get a job. Has isn't it? Because it's just the champions. Gary, the girl's body and butt was hot as fuck, but I hate it when it feels like they lazily use sex to draw people in. I'm praying that you're talking about the Crow trailer, because that one scene where she's like, they're like, you're my person, and then she's like, she's got a booty hole out and she's like on top of them and they're doing stuff. Like, yeah, it's a butt. And you're like, yeah, but I know what you mean, man. Like, you have one trailer and you're trying to push all these people in, and like, they're like, we got to show the sex shot because they love butts. That's the thing that happens. But also, my biggest fear from the trailer is they saw the backlash of mullet fucking mumble rap Crow, and then my biggest fear is that they went back and they took out a lot of his dialogue and a lot of stuff they may have had in that trailer otherwise, because he only says a couple lines in the trailer. And they both sound weird. His voice sounds weird in both lines. So my biggest fear is that he's going to talk like fucking Joel Kinnaman in RoboCop. Like, morphine's bad for you, dog. Carrying all time outside. And they cut that out because they didn't want to. And then we're going to sit in the movie and we're going to have to be fucking, we're going to be objected to that nonsense. For sure. Michael, this ain't the crow, it's the pigeon. It actually sounded like probably how the crow talks. I'm the crow, dog. You the pigeon. You the pigeon. God, I wish they were doing anything else. The Field of Screams podcast. Hey, bought Scarefest tickets to see you guys. Never con before. Any tips or recommendations for the fest in Lexington? Yes. Super excited to meet you there, by the way. The only tips I would give is just like the lines have been crazy to get into the building, so plan ahead for that and for the parking and whatnot. And if you plan on getting anyone's autograph, not ours, because you could just walk up right to our booth and it's free and we'll take a picture and sign whatever. But like if you're planning on getting like Stu or Skeet or any of them, Skeet, then be prepared for a long line. That's just one of those things. The beers are relatively, it's just like anything else. I think they're like $7 or whatever. But yeah, I mean, it's like a concert. It's like any other. Saturday's the busiest day. Friday and Sundays are smoother for sure. But I can't wait to fucking meet you, dude. What are you flipping through?
Oh yeah, I forgot. Two things. I didn't know the NIT was on tonight. Did you put any money on those?
I did not, because you can't. The only way to bet the NIT is to pick the small schools who actually want to be there against the big schools who fucking aren't.
I was watching. I was just down there really quick, but I was watching with Big Dad. It's overtime. I think it's not St. John's. I don't know. It's a 1 seed. I don't remember who it is though. It doesn't really matter. But dude, I'll tell you what, the NIT, those fuckers for us, we're Kentucky fans. It's not like it's kind of an insult to get for the NIT, but for those other teams, man, they play their ass off for it. Like they're good games, but anyway,
yeah,
we got our big games coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The way to bet the NIT is just to pick the small schools because the big schools don't want to be there.
Patino's team turned it down. He said, "Fuck you," because he said we were good enough to get in because of the Big East. They shafted them, Oklahoma, and there was another team that turned it. Seton Hall. I don't know. There was another team that said, "We're not going." Yeah, we're not going.
And that's the thing. Like, if you watch Virginia made it in, and if you watched Virginia play last night, they got smoked by Colorado State. You were like, dude, these other teams had so much more of a right to be there than they did. But I'm so pumped, dude. Tomorrow, the next day, I've got like 10 brackets. I've got like $100 in brackets. I'm ready. It's a holiday for me, dude. I'm so excited for tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. There's nothing better than March Madness. There's nothing better than it. I mean, really, I love it better than that. Like you can. Yeah, for me, it's like better than the football season. Like, it just is. I mean, there's something about March Madness, but it's weird. There's somebody in the chat or in the super chats. I forgot about it. They had a great idea, and I'd already wrote down that they were like, I got an idea for a top 10, but it's going to take some research or some homework. And I was like, fuck, because nobody likes homework. But they're like top 10 soundtracks of horror movies. And I've got a list. I showed it to him, but it's not like ranked. Like I don't have the numbers yet. But I just had a long time ago. I had a couple ideas. He had one. Obviously, you're gonna put Alice Cooper, Man Behind the Mask. He had that one on there, and then the Pet Cemetery by the Ramones. That's gonna be on there no matter what.
Oh, so would it be top 10 soundtrack songs or overall songs?
I think it's like top 10 soundtrack songs.
Oh, that'd be tough. Wow.
But tough. I mean, but there is actually like I thought it was gonna be hard too, and I just did it for shits and giggles when I picked soundtracks. Like you're gonna put Scream up there. Like Scream is a great soundtrack. I mean, really is.
The Crow, obviously.
The Crow's got a great soundtrack. But I think if you gotta feel like, and I really thought I was like, there's no fucking way. But if you think like, what's a song that was wrote for a movie that was actually good? I mean, there's a few of them. I'm Awake with Goo Goo Dolls for Freddy 6, which sucked. Freddy 6 sucked, but that was a great song. And then you have like What If, obviously, Scream 3, which I hated that movie, but Mouth with Bush.
Like your mouth.
Yeah, goddamn, what a hot motherfucker. But anyway, that's a great idea. But yeah, I don't know. But it's gonna be fun, dude. Baby, I wish we could stream it because on Friday after we're done reviewing Ghostbusters Frozen Empires, we're gonna be watching some of the games because our game is coming on Friday, Kentucky. Man,
our game. I think our game's Thursday night. It's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock.
I thought it was Friday.
No, I think our game's Thursday. I could be wrong.
Yeah. No, it is Thursday.
But yeah, no, we're gonna watch some basketball, do some videos. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, the last time we watched March, I had to be when we were doing B-dubs. When we went to watch the I don't remember, Brandon Knight class.
Yeah, I fucking dude, I love it, dude. It really is just the best time of the goddamn year. Michael Bullens, you guys are my favorite channel on YouTube. Jay never fails to make me laugh, and I love your skits. I will forever be a fan. Much love from No Children.
Yeah, I don't have them either.
That's where he lives.
You have no legacy. But thank you, man. I'm glad you like the skits.
There was Iron Samurai wanted My Loomis. I gave it to him. It was terrible, and he wanted to hear your version of Mark Wahlberg.
Oh,
while you were gone. Since you've been gone.
Like just you never
Any Mark Wahlberg that comes out of your soul.
I was hanging out with my friends and I was hanging out with my peoples on the side of the street, and this Puerto Rican walked up to me. And you know how I feel about them. I don't like those Puerto Ricans. I don't like their brown skin. They make me feel uncomfortable. And Donnie was the new kids on the block, and I knew he had my back. So I took this motherfucker and I said, "Give me your money." He said no. I said, "Fuck you. This is sweet vibrations, good vibrations. Give me your money." He said no. So I took his Puerto Rican fucking head and I stomped it on the goddamn curb. And then guess what happened? The cops came. I didn't give a fuck because I knew Donnie from the new kids on the block was going to get me out. That's it. What do you mean the plants are alive? They're not alive. They're not alive. What do you mean? I'm a biology teacher.
That's pretty good.
That's
that was pretty good.
No, I can't do it. No, that literally just sounds like a fucking insane Boston guy.
No, that wasn't that bad. That wasn't that bad at all. I was like, dude, you were talking about bad. My Arnold Schwarzenegger's bad, and I work on it. I've been working on it for like 10 years, and I'm like, get to the top. Like, I can't fucking do it. Like,
he's
I cannot bring it out of my fucking
you gotta,
soul.
Yeah, Arnold is, he's a tough one. He's a tough one, but it's
I
worth it if you get it down. It's worth it.
Yeah, I nail it sometimes, but then 90% of the time, I do not. Frankenstein Studio feels like Freddy perfectly balanced the horror of Alien and action of Aliens. Yes, dude. Yes.
That's exactly what we were thinking too, as well. Which is great because he didn't run away in either direction. He could have been like, I'm going to make it super sci-fi oriented, or I'm going to make it super horror and lose the elements of what makes it a great movie. Because I feel like Alien is such a unique thing. It obviously is, like I said, it's a horror movie, but it's a horror suspense film. And it's not just a straight like boom booger monster in the corner thing. It's like it's atmospheric, and which is what you've got to concentrate on. And again, Fede Alvarez is one of those guys. If anything else, I think a lot of people would agree that he's a very good director at atmosphere. Like you might hate the new Evil Deads, but he's great on the atmosphere.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. That's exactly the correct response to that. Gary McDonald, hey, Mike and Jay, have you both seen X-Men 97? And what do you think? I've yet to watch it. I talked about that. You probably saw me talk about that before, but Jay hasn't seen it yet. I think you're gonna love it, dude.
I can't. Yeah, I'm looking forward to watch it. I didn't even know it was out yet, so I'm gonna definitely cue it in tonight. By the way, I watched because April's a huge fan of Scream. I watched one of those reunions that they had like 3 months ago. Jamie Kennedy, Skeet, and what's his name?
Matty
Lillard and Nev Campbell were on stage, and it was funny because Skeet actually makes fun of Lillard for bringing up that Stu's alive shit, and he was like walking around, like Stu's alive, and then Jamie Kennedy was like, goes, "Oh yeah, you didn't survive past the sequel, so how's that feel?" And he was up on the stage. Like Jamie Kennedy literally looks like he's perpetually high all the time. Yeah, but then Skeet was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, you're walking around. You're right. You're alive, Matt. You're alive. You're walking around with a fucking Zenith tattoo on your forehead." And a lot of people didn't get what that was.
That's pretty good.
I was like, that's great. That's a great burn. Because I was like, a Zenith tattoo is from those old tube TVs, those CRTVs. And I was like, that's great.
I'll never forget the day like my dad brought home like a Zenith fucking TV. I was like, oh, we're rich. We're fucking rich, bitch. Like we made it. El Shapey Reacts says, hey guys, have you guys watched the new trailer for the slasher movie In Violent Nature? If not, please check it out. The camera follows from the killer's perspective, not the victim's. Let's do it. Right.
It's like Leslie Vernon.
Fucking meow. I haven't seen the new trailer that came out today, but I have seen the shorts trailers. This is one of I'm really looking forward to checking out this movie. I'm gonna pull up now and watch it together.
By the way, did you see the latest Mike Tyson drop when he was working out?
Yeah, dude, that shit's so fake.
I know, but he was like, dude, he looked fucking scary, dude. And he was like, and he was like doing that shit, and he was like, you still want to? He goes, that's day one. You still want to fuck with me? I was like, if I swear to God, if I was Jake Paul, I'm like, no.
So they released when they announced the Jake Paul Tyson fight, all this footage of Mike Tyson doing training came out and looking good, and then they tried to release that to like hype people up, but then everybody was like that. But that footage was from 3 years ago.
I know.
And then he walks around with a cane, or has, because of injuries and stuff in the past. But now you can tell that like the camps are like, we need you to put out some footage. So he went out and did 30 seconds of hardcore work. And he told Joe Rogan on his show, that old video, he was like, before this fight was announced, he was like, you look great, man. He was like, that was like 30 seconds. And he was like, I was in bed for a week after that. Yeah. He was like, I don't have it anymore. So this is all a fucking ruse.
It's all an exhibition. It's all an entertainment thing. I mean, I still watch it on Netflix, but it's weird. To be fair, I watched this. It was I didn't watch the documentary because I don't give that much of a fuck about Jake Paul to do it. But like, I watched this thing on YouTube about Jake Paul and Logan Paul, and about how Logan Paul and him don't get along in a lot of ways. And I gotta be honest, like the way that the guy that on YouTube was making it kind of seemed it was slanted in Jake Paul's favor and making Logan Paul to be a dickhead, because Jake Paul's been on Logan Paul's like podcast and stuff, and it comes off as like Logan Paul being jealous all the time of him and saying, you took that Garcia fight from me, all this shit. And it was like, I kind of felt bad for Jake. I mean, I don't like Jake Paul, but I think Logan Paul is he's a bigger of a bastard. Here's the thing.
The two of them, I would take Jake Paul any day.
Well, yeah, because I think someone said it right in the comments. They're like, Jake Paul is a good guy trying to be a bad dude, and Logan Paul is a bad dude trying to be a good guy. That's exactly true, because Jake Paul actually, he's like, he goes, he's my brother. I want us to do things together. I love him. And he goes, but Logan's like, I'm jealous of you, and I fucking treat you like shit whenever you're on, and like make fun of you and take things away from you. Like, 100%. I mean, but it's true. And I just thought it was interesting. And I feel like Jake Paul, like, despite the fact that the Tyson fight's obviously for exhibition and it's stupid, I feel like he actually, like, he's not, I don't think he's trying to, like, manipulate people and get something out of it. Like, he's legitimately trying to do something. And Logan Paul's like he's the one, that's a fucking snake in the grass. That dude is.
Yeah, and I think they both are, but I do think that Logan's definitely the worst. I mean, between the two of them, like, you have to give Jake Paul by far the most credit, because at least he learned how to be a boxer, and he's trying to be a boxer, and he's doing the thing. Logan Paul is just a person who scams his fans for crypto money.
Oh, dude, like, somebody burned his ass good. They're like, at one of his press conferences, like, when are you going to pay people back for that crypto scam?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm working on it.
Nah.
I'm like, yeah, dude, that's the worst fucking thing, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to see you at WrestleMania. I don't want to see your fucking videos. I don't want to see it. Hey, how about you take all that fucking money that you brag yourself about so bad and pay back the people who fucking bought into your fucking scam that CoffeeZilla guy proved was a scam.
It was out and out theft. I don't know how you don't go to jail for it. It's out and out theft.
Insanity. Insanity. But El Shapey, you brought up a good thing. We're going to watch it together. So this has screened at it's called In a Violent Nature. It comes out this year. And it's screened at festivals and shit like that. And it has like over 90% fresh on Rotten Tomatoes. It's all from the perspective of the killer. Let's watch it. Here we go.
Somebody's smoking a lot of weed out there. Yeah. All that smoke. Oh. Very Jason. Yes.
Literally Jason, yeah. Y'all trying to fuck?
Yeah. He's like, where do they get gas at? There ain't no gas stations out here. Yeah, dude, this looks like the back of Jason's head.
Straight up.
He got hungry.
I'm hungry for chicken.
What the fuck?
Try that in a small town,
Number
bitch.
one motherfucker.
Oh, now he's got like a ponytail. He's got like a samurai shit.
Literal backhead.
Is this Kane Hodder?
Animals don't get too hung up on reason. They just keep killing.
Yep, get it done. Leave no room for doubt.
And another one.
In a violent nature.
Bloop. Oh. That's like a turd on the top of the toilet. Bloop.
Yeah, I kind of, the ending actually is kind of cool with no music. Fucking just kind of like it's kind of like there. Yeah, it looks great, but it makes me so sad. Again, it's like you don't have enough money to get like a regular Coke brand at the store, so your mom brings you great value, and you're like, yeah, I want Jason, but we can't afford it. We got Jason at home, and your mom brings you fucking it's a great value cola. It's called Patriot Cola or something that she got at Save-A-Lot, and you're like, fuck. But Mom, I'm gonna have a birthday party in a day, and all we got is Patriot Cola from Winn-Dixie and Kroger. So yeah, that's all we can afford. It tastes just like Coke. But no, dude, that's dead on. Like the back of Jason, you're right. The baghead part of it, the violent kills were cool. I want to watch it, but it's just gonna make me sad when I watch it because it's like this isn't Jason. It wants to be Jason, and I wish it was, but it's not.
Yeah, I'm down for it because it's going to be like an A24 type feelish movie. It's going to be a slow burn. It's going to be through the eyes of the killer. I think it's going to be cool as shit. They really did make a choice when they were like, we are literally going to make this baghead Jason. Literally. Yeah. But I think that's cool, honestly. I saw some people complaining about it's just a ripoff of Jason. I'm like, okay. But tell me what Jason movies in theaters that you're going to watch instead. None. So I think it's a cool idea. It's inventive. I can't wait to see it. I hope it's fucking awesome. I'm pumped for it. And
so the
and
entire
May,
movie is just from his perspective, though, right? Like you don't even get to like have any type of like the Leslie Vernon story, essentially.
From what I understand, the most of it is from his perspective. I don't know. I haven't seen it, obviously, but like from what I understand, yeah, I'm pumped for it, dude. I think it's gonna be. Cool. I don't know if it'll be great or not. It could be too slow. It could be one of those too fancy movies. Like this is a slasher movie. How much time are we gonna spend? But for everything I've seen, it looks fucking badass.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Yeah,
in my holes. You know what I'm not excited about, dude? Speaking of which,
what?
This shit right here. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to you. The Pooniverse, Jay. The fucking Pooniverse.
Oh, is that based on the Winnie the Pooh movie?
Yes. And
I can't believe it. It's happening.
We called this shit when everybody's like, oh, Winnie the Pooh horror movie. It sounds stupid. And then they went out and they fucking put it in theaters and they charged extra for their tickets for Fathom event ticket pricing. And everyone's like, this is silly. And it's like, yeah, but do you know this is actually a bad thing? Like they're going to take this and they're going to run with it. Boom. Here we go. The Pooniverse from Jagged Edge Productions. Coming to a theater near you for more ticket money than your regular ticket is going to be the Twisted Childhood Universe, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, Bambi, The Reckoning, Peter Pan's Neverland Nightmare.
With his gold dust.
Pinocchio Unstrung,
Watch
the
out.
Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble 2025. Fuck my ass with a Dark Knight spoon.
I swear to God, if it wasn't you had to go pay like movie tickets for it, if it was just on YouTube, I
gotta pay even more.
I know, I would fucking love it if it was just free on YouTube and this was like a fan thing. I think it's genius. I think it's so fucking dumb it would work. Like I just don't think you should be charging money for it, but I swear to God, Bambi the Reckoning, fuck yeah, dude. Like I hope you get Cinderella to do your background music.
but yeah, like dude, sitting down and watching it is a whole different game, though.
Yeah, like I'm not even I like. Yeah, I mean the Winnie the Pooh movie. Yeah, I mean it is what it be. The fact that they're charging people to actually go to the movie theater and watch it. It's crazy.
It's fucking nuts, dude. Michael Parton, I hope there are no androids or those dickless engineers from Prometheus talking about the alien Romulus. I'm hoping it's just Xenomorphs and Xenomorphs. So, and I think that's like, I love Prometheus. I do. I'm a Prometheus truther. I really am. I think that movie's fucking dope as shit. But what the Alien franchise needs is exactly what they're about to deliver. And that's just fucking in one spot, an alien's hunting you down. What are you going to do? And that's what we're gonna get.
Well, it will be interesting that they wouldn't have an android on board at all, because it seems like they've always had an android in some capacity or another in all of the Alien movies. Really, if you look at it, like I mean, maybe not. I like literally block out Resurrection, so I can't remember specifics on that. But I know that Ripley was playing basketball. It was fucking awful. But I know that there was Bishop in Aliens, who was the most, and then there in the first one, the bad guy android. And I can't remember his name, and then David in Prometheus and Covenant, and then they had another fucking android model. So they've always had androids alongside the people investigating these alien things. So it'll be actually shocking if they don't. It'll be the first time since I think in Alien 3 only had Bishop in it for a second because it was on that prison planet.
Yeah, but he was a part of it. Yeah, that is interesting actually. Like I wonder if there's going to be some type of fucking droid or whatever. Like
I don't, listen, I don't need to see like a castrated C-3PO running around in human skin talking about things to me that I know about. I'm kidding. Of course, it's fine if they're a great actor, but at the end of the day, I think the android thing is kind of played out. I'd like to go somewhere without androids for a minute. I mean, yeah, why? No, it doesn't, because if the company is sending this crew in Romulus to investigate an alien sighting, or it's their ship, there's going to be an android because the company would supply it.
Well, also, from what I understand, is this crew was a part of the terraforming crew that was sent there, and so they grew up on this literal. So so there probably will be an android, I would think too. And actually, that one dude in the trailer kind of looked androidish, if I'm going to say for sure. Agent Ybarra, Freddy Alvarez is 100% MAGA. Make aliens great again. I'm way more into that.
Yeah, dude. Why not? Awesome. Let's do that. That sounds good.
I think he might. Gary B, Mike and Jay, I was two of the worst.
What did you say?
Two attacks.
I was attacked.
Two of the worst horror forms I ever saw this week. Stop motion and I saw two of the worst horror films I ever saw this week.
I never seen stop motion, but I will listen. And me and Mike got some flack for that. Suspiria, I think, is overrated as fuck. I never got into that. Maybe it's just not my cup of tea, but I thought that shit was slow as fuck. It was boring. And it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do some artsy fartsy things with some like horror. And I'm like, yeah, but when is the actual movie supposed to start? That's good. Oh yeah, we're not gonna do that. It's like we're not gonna do that. I was like, didn't you know this is an art project for a college film, you idiot?
Suspiria, dude, Suspiria, the original Suspiria. I still haven't seen the remake. I need to, but the original Suspiria, it's got a vibe to it. It's got a fucked up vibe to it. But yeah, for me, I'm with Jay. Like, it was more of a frustrating. It was more of a frustrating experience to watch that movie than it was enjoyable for me. But neither of us are very big on Argento or Italian horror. It's just like it doesn't really strike either of us the way it does some people. So that's fair. But
well, you know what's funny, and that would where we would usually just end it. But there, you get attacked so quickly online by purists that fucking worship at the
you got
altar
lines
of,
you gotta follow
at the altar of dick of Italian horror directors and movies. Are like, you just don't understand. You don't understand, you fucking swine. This is why you don't pass pearl before swine, because you disgusting human American pieces of shit do not understand the actual Italian cinema when it comes to horror. You're nothing but fat burger eating fucking McDonald ran through bitches. Yeah,
everything you said is true.
Give me my Freddy Krueger and my Jason.
Stop speaking so much truth. But stop motion, yeah, that shit sucked, dude. Talk about a movie that like was high on its own supply. Like, I'm so smart, and it's like, good dude, we got the idea of the movie in 30 seconds, and then you just made us depressed for an hour and a half before you actually did anything fucking scary. The end of stop motion was dope. The whole movie that follows was just like, I'm sad. I'm sad. I'm even sadder. This is sad. Fuck. I'm boring. I have no personality. Boom, boom, boom. The movie ends. Fuck. I'm so sick of those movies. Gary, do you know when they said the Alien Isolation game that's about Ripley's daughter set on a space station between 1 and 2 is canon? This is set between 1 and 2 and it's on a space station. Is this their version of the game? I think it's possible.
It could be. Yeah. Well, I mean, that game was great. And that game was actually very unrated or not unheralded and underrated. A lot of people didn't play it or at least, I mean, they did a decent job marketing it, but I mean, a lot of people say Alien Isolation. They're like, what's that? I don't even know what you're saying. I'm not into that Spencer shit. They act like you're like trying to sell a dildo behind Spencer's, but and I know it's actually a really, and it really, you're right. They did add it to canon. So I think you're onto something, whether that they use that as inspiration for the film. I think that Fede Alvarez, he seems like he would look at all the material associated with the Alien franchise, and especially anything considered canon, and use that as inspiration for his own movie. So you're right. You might be onto it. Like that might be exactly the movie.
That would be pretty dope. I'm actually pretty into that. Marcus Thompson, Jay, the candlelight reflecting on Bill Murray's blaster on your Ghostbusters person. I'm literally dying. Poster is giving badass cinematography.
It was on purpose. Just call me fucking Michael Rooker.
Famous cinematographer
Michael Bay. Rooker. Just call me Michael Bay. All I rely on is cheap ass fucking effects in the background.
In the house tonight.
That's all I do. Marcus. Michael Rooker's a great actor though.
He is. Sean Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer. Sean Davis, sup Southerners. Oh my God, y'all are 40 and 38. I thought 45 and 44.
Fuck you.
You look good if you were 50. Love you guys. Hashtag no pants. Hashtag pants are made in Russia.
Hashtag bless. Hashtag shut up. Hashtag
I won't wear anything made in Russia.
Hashtag don't say that, Sean. You'll say that.
Don't say that. Yeah, we're old. We're fucking old. Deal with it. We're gonna die soon.
I love you. I thought 45 and 44. You're such an asshole. I love your dickless self.
Dickless wonder. Michael Parton, the trailer for the new Captain America game, 1943, Rise of Hydra, looks cool, and I hope that it and Wolverine come out next year. Maybe.
I don't think I don't know. I mean, Insomniac with Wolverine. I mean, especially since that leak, I don't think it's going to be next year. I think you're looking at at least a 2 year period of development for that game. The leak, and I will say I saw it. I watched some of the leak of the film or the game. It looks great.
I did too. I watched it.
Yeah, it looked good. I mean, they're onto something. But I mean, Captain America, I haven't seen anything with that. But I think that realistically, Wolverine, just including the leak that happened, it's going to be at least 2 years. At least 2 years. Because they're going to go back and refine everything that they've already had leaked. And they have to at this point. And also, Insomniac had a major layoff. So they're not really, at full strength anymore.
Yeah, I am excited. Whatever it is, dude. If I have to buy a PlayStation to play that game, I will.
You gotta get on that. Yeah, dude. You gotta get on that Affirm.
I know. I just
paid it off. I just paid it off last week. I owed $120 left on my PlayStation 5. Then I called and it was like I called him, and it was an Indian guy that, like, he was a very nice guy, and I could understand, and he spoke slow enough to where I could understand. And I was like, hey, listen, I'm just trying to pay off my balance. What he goes, okay, so what you owe you about $125. I'm like, that sounds good. I'm gonna pay
He
that
was
off.
Slender Man.
Yeah, well, I can't do Indian accents. And he was like, he goes, you could pay it off today. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pay it off today. He's like, okay. And then he was like, oh, he goes, very exciting time, isn't it? Paying off the loan. That's very exciting. And I was like, yeah, dude, I'm excited. I love the PlayStation. He goes, oh, I don't PlayStation. I don't own PlayStation. It's great. I'm like, it's so good.
You
and then
always bring a fucking
literally
affirm.
such a nice guy. We talked for 5 minutes before I even paid off.
You always bring up fucking affirm with that shit. Like I know, like, but like I have so many different affirms and
You have open loans.
Yeah, what's the thing we call it? What's the thing Klarna? We use Klarna all the time. Concert tickets or vacations. Like,
I didn't know they do that on loans on concert tickets.
My fucking bank account, I'm like, oh, we have this much in the bank, and then it's like, boom, Klarna, Klarna, fucking over and over again. It's crazy.
I get stupid, dude. Like I went on Amazon and I bought something, and it was $60, and I could have afforded the $60, but I could get it on loan and pay $20 a month, and I just did it.
Yeah.
And I was like, why not? And I was like, it's just $20 a month. And I was like, why not? It's so quick how it gets you. But that guy was but anyway, dude.
I don't have to pay for it for 2 weeks. Fuck this. I'll buy it.
I was like, yeah, I was really happy with that. But he was like, but then, that we did get like the guy on the phone, he kept on saying, do you want to use your oath card? I'm like, no, not that one, this one. And I was like, that one was hacked. It's like, okay, because someone didn't update this on computer. And I'm like, no. I was like, I called and had that updated. That was and he's like, okay. But anyway,
Old men learned how to use Klarna.
You should buy a PlayStation 5. Honest to God, it's better than and I'm saying this as a lifelong Xbox lover. It's better than Xbox. PlayStation 5 is better.
I'm 100. The next system I'm getting is going to be fucking PlayStation. PlayStation. Sean Suslowitz, I like your face, and I normally don't like people who have. I'm not going to.
You look like you just beat a. Sean looks like he just beat I don't know if that's you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend, but it looks like you just beat a sexual assault case and you're walking out of the court victorious.
We did it.
You look like a boxing promoter that just escaped all that. Like you look like Bob Arum's right-hand man.
You are handsome though. I gotta say, you look like an offensive line football coach. What's up, fellas? My first super chat. I'm so sorry that we just literally
I feel bad though. I'm sorry. You look like a Christian man.
We meant those were positive things, Sean, and welcome. And don't be afraid. My first super chat. What are your thoughts on David Howard Thornton playing Freddy Krueger? I think it'd be phenomenal. Very surprised he hasn't been brought up on social media. Dude, you're absolutely fucking right. Based on I'm not going to say like I would give him like the fucking keys to the kingdom, but based on how great he is in Terrifier, I would at the very least. And then when you see the dude in real life, it's like completely different. So I would at the very least give that man an audition for Freddy Krueger.
Yeah,
100%.
David Howard Thornton looks like a guy that could play Freddy Krueger very easily. I mean, he's already got the body for it and he's got the movement for it. I think that would make it creepy and unique. And just he has a face that screams like, I want to punch you in real life. I don't know what it is. There's something about you that looks like you smell like pee, which I think that Freddy Krueger looks like in real life.
I got to change my battery.
But no, I mean, at the end of the day, 100%. And I don't think it's a stretch at all to have him at least audition and give him a chance. They're looking at anything and everything right now. I would almost imagine for Freddy Krueger, bringing it back to the forefront in horror. I've always said, and Mike, we've talked about Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon is too old right now, and I don't think he would even be interested in the role. But I've always had a wet spot on my pillow for Kevin Bacon, so that's why I said him. But David Howard, you're absolutely right. And you also are right why people aren't talking about it more often. And that would be a big deal for him. That would be a great role for him, and it would be a good thing for his career. I mean, his career is doing well, but to be the next Freddy Krueger, and he would essentially still be an unknown, because the vanilla audiences have not seen or will ever see Terrifier. It just is not in their alleyway. But I think that he could do it because otherwise, what they might do, they might go with a Bill Skarsgård as Freddy Krueger. I'm not kidding, dude. That guy is literally dabbling into everything and anything right now. And I could see them easily saying, we need star power. Bill Skarsgård as Freddy Krueger, as the next face. Because it's he's already done Pennywise, so why not do Freddy Krueger? I was like, I don't know. That just wouldn't work. But
So people heard me talking off the camera just now when I was changing my battery. I was telling Katie, I was like, so I'm on a new diet, and I want a new diet. So I'm like, I've lowered my calories substantially based on, especially nights when we like stream and stuff. So I could, fit a few apple juices in. So I was like, I am way more than I should be because of the, you know what I mean? Like if you don't eat, then it goes deeper into your soul. I don't know what I'm talking about. Connor!
You're so drunk. Shut the fuck up.
I don't drink alcohol. You could get addicted. Connor Clary, such a great day for horror trailers. In a Violent Nature looks so good and unique. It does. I'm excited about it. Dude, this week has been just fucking... It not only is Immaculate coming out this week, Ghostbusters is coming out this week, March Madness is this fucking week, the goddamn Alien Romulus, Beetlejuice, dude, the world is fucking kicking my ass right now.
It does feel
so
like the world has
shit.
finally like clicked into the right gear, and we're all on the ride and ready to go into the future. But Beetlejuice 2 is going to be next week, unfortunately.
It's tomorrow, Jay. It's
I don't
tomorrow.
think it's gonna happen. I don't think it's going to happen.
Believe.
No, I'm done believing in Twitter.
I did get fooled a couple times. Like there's been like 3 times I've texted Jay like trailer tomorrow, and it's not happened yet. Michael Parton, I saw 50 Shades of Grey in theaters with my mom.
Why did you, Michael? Cool, man.
Did you guys?
I don't like why.
Who got horny first? You or your mom?
Oh man, Mom, can you go away? God, you're ruining everything.
And again, Late Night with the Devil this week as well. Not play, and this again, this goes back to the whole Pooniverse thing. That shit is going to be in my fucking theater, but there's not a screening for Late Night with the Devil anywhere near me. That shit pisses me off. Like that's not what horror's about. That is a cash grab. We should put fucking movies like Late Night with the Devil. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks pretty goddamn good. Rather than a goddamn Winnie the Pooh.
Get out your house, the devil.
What? Jeez. I saw 50 Shades of Grey with my wife, and we had a hotel that night because it was Valentine's Day, and we went and saw the movie, and then obviously we were going to have sex because we got a hotel room together, but then we had too much to drink and she went to sleep. But then when she left the next morning, I filmed that 50 Shades of Grey review in the hotel room, like shirtless. I did a whole fucking production. I think I got like 9 to 12 views.
I would imagine.
It's on grinder.com now. It's pretty hot over there though. It's pretty popping video.
No, I remember when I watched that for the first, I didn't care. It was one of the worst. Dude, it was like a fever fucking dream. It was when I was dating that girl that I like climbed out the window in the morning, and they played it that fucking night.
Did you see it with her?
Yeah, she was in the room, but I wouldn't let her touch me because I was freaked out. Like, dude, I felt like the setting the setting that I was in was like being on the set of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre and watching 50 Shades of Grey on a Zenith TV with a VCR, and there was fucking chickens clucking in the background. It was mooing. Yeah, dude, that's exactly. I swear to God, the best setting I can give you guys. There was a fucking screen door that was broken and it was half open, and it was like summer air coming in, and it was like 7:45 or 8:30. The lights were gone. No, it was dark, and they were like, "Let's watch 50 Shades of Grey." And I was sitting on like this old fucking chair that looked like it was used in the Manson murders, and it was like all creaky and it was holy. And the girl was trying to sit next to me. I was like, "It's only got one seat. I can't. You can't sit here because I'm sitting here." And there's only like. But she kept on trying to we were watching 50 Shades of Grey. I just wasn't interested in her, and like I could hear the chickens clucking in the background. I could smell like the fucking burnt like barbecue that they tried to make. Yeah, there was manure, and then that's
you hear the coyotes in the background.
And that's my experience with 50 Shades of Grey. And after it was over, they were like, "Oh, we're all gonna go to bed," and it's like, "You all have fun," and I was like,
"Oh, that's so awkward."
Yeah,
that's
dude.
So
and I was like,
awkward.
and then that's what I told her when I got back there. I was like, "Listen, I gotta leave at 6 a.m. on the fucking dot because I go to church, and I have to leave." So I
gotta go to church.
I literally did. I told her I had to go to church at 6 a.m.
I gotta go to
Saturday
church.
night. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I gotta go," because I was trying to avoid any kind of sexual interaction.
Yeah, and then you stuck out the fucking window.
I took the window air conditioning unit out while she was still asleep.
Took the window air conditioning. You guys know how heavy those. If you've ever been poor like I have in the past, those things are fucking heavy. And I'm not saying everybody has an air window, but in my situation,
yeah.
But motherfucker pulled that out and then climbed through and ran through a dirt path like he was in the movie X.
What happened was
car.
When I pulled that out, and I was very careful with not damaging her property because I knew it was a bitch to put back in. I pulled it out and I gently set it to the side, And when I was climbing out the window, my fucking right foot, like the hand of God saying you're gonna get caught, got caught on the lip of the window, and it stretched my hamstring real fucking bad. And I was like, ah, like that. And then she was like, she just appeared like Michael Myers in the window.
You could have just given it to her, Jay. You could have just given it to her, and then everyone would have slept better, and everyone would have been happy. No, you had to escape.
I did not want to put my dick in that. And then she was like, she appeared in the window like this. She's like, what the fuck are you doing? And she said it just like that. And I was like, I told you when the sun came up, I had to leave. And literally, the sun
use the fucking front door.
No, there's 2 fucking dogs. She had Rottweilers in the hallway.
Like the Omen, like Damien's dogs watching them.
I swear on mom, dude. I swear on mom. She had 2 fucking Rottweilers that were mean as fuck, that were laying in the hallway guarding the fucking door. I couldn't get out. I had no other alternative. And when I got out the fucking window, she was like, where the fuck are you going? And I'm like, I got church. I said, when the fucking sun crested over the horizon, I was going to leave. Like, and she was like, well, you could have used, she said that you could have used the front door. I was like, fucking dogs. I couldn't leave. I was like, I didn't want to wake you. I'm sorry. She said, dude, it was the most awkward thing. I got my car.
I don't feel bad for her because like 2 days after you were dating her, we were filming a video and you got a text. You're like, dude, she just asked me to pay her electric bill. I was like,
no.
Oh my God.
That was a different one from the same county. Same county. They all like shared fucking chicken and milk or cow milk. But no, it was the same. It was the same fucking county. But yeah, I was working in a factory and that's all that they had. Like in this small town, you meet these, and there's nothing. I mean, nothing like that. But that's what it was.
People with air window units.
I wasn't exactly working at, the fucking posh upscale goddamn clothing department in New York. I was working in a factory, and you get what you get. So, yeah. And then but you know what, to be fair, I was nice to her. I didn't like talk down to her or say fuck you or nothing. Like I was trying to sneak out, be polite. My fucking leg got caught and it woke her up. It's not my fault. It just happened. And then I politely said I got to go to church and ask God to forgive me for sins that I've committed. So I mean, I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong. And then people were like, and then next day at fucking work, because we broke up technically. I go, and then people are like, they were driving by, and I was at the factory, and they were giving me my tools to work, and they're like, "What you did was weird." And then they were like, drive by after. I was like, nobody asked your fucking opinion. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, I got pissed, dude, because I was like, who the fuck told you? And then, of course, she knew everybody in the fucking factory, and everybody fucking knew about it. And they were like, bringing my tools to work, and they were like, that's just you could have like. And I was like, what, dude? I almost called in that day, or like I was just gonna leave early. Like, who the like? It was like the redneck party of 5 drama.
Jay, Jay would be dating these country hoodlums, and I would go to meet them, and we would go out to like Mexican restaurants.
You never met this one.
I'm pretty sure.
No. Oh yeah, you did. And that's really when you got punched. Yeah, you did.
Oh, that was that one. Yeah. Literally, to hang out with these women, you had to go to a sketchy bar after working night shift and go to a sketchy bar in a sketchy area, and then the bikers thought that I played a song on their jukebox credit, and when I was like, I didn't play a song on your jukebox credit, and then was just walking away to play some darts. A biker punched me in the face. That's literally what you had to go through to hang out with Jay and these hood rats that he was messing with.
You were trying to hustle that guy.
I was not trying to hustle anybody. I asked him if they
wanted
to play darts.
You said $20. You like $20 a shot.
I had been up for 20 straight hours, and I had 37 whiskey and cokes in me. And I asked the gentleman if he'd like to play darts. And then all of a sudden, the next thing I know, I'm in a fucking I'm John Wick against the whole world over a goddamn jukebox song. I don't even know what happened. I got punched in the face by a biker, and then I was at home. I don't know what happened.
Dude, I swear to God, it was. Dude, he was like, because I remember I looked up, dude. I was talking to her, and then I looked up, and Mike got punched, and then he like fell against the window, and he was like,
I didn't go down, though.
Mike had this shock look on his face.
Wolverine punched me in the face, and I took it.
Mike had this shock look on his face, like he had ordered vanilla, but he got chocolate instead and bit into it. And he's like. He's like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? What the fuck are you doing? And the guy was like, he's like, come on, huh? Come on.
He said, no, he sucker punched me first off, by the way. I was fucking 3 sheets to the wind. Like, I was next fucking Tuesday goddamn drunk. Yeah. And I was just like, no, I'm not gonna pay for fucking jukebox songs. And I turned around, and the next thing I know, fucking Wolverine punches me, my back turned to him, punches me in the jaw. I didn't go down. I did have to grab the fucking stool next to me to not go down.
Yeah.
And then that girl you were with afterwards was like, "Thank God you didn't go down, because if you'd have hit the ground, they'd have fucked you till Monday morning." I was like,
I remember when it happened. I got between them and I was like, "Well, stop!" Like what? And he was like,
"Stop!"
No. He was like, "That motherfucker owes me whatever it was for $3 for a jukebox."
$2.
And $2. And I'm like, "Here, man." And he was like, "Don't fucking touch me." I'm like, "All right, man, I'm not gonna touch you." He's like, "Here's the $2. Okay, I'll pay for it." He was like, "I want that motherfucker to give it to me. Give that motherfucker." And I was like, "Here, Mike, give it to him."
Yeah,
I turned around, I was like, "Here, Mike, give it to him." And then Mike gave it to him. He's like, "That's what I thought." I'm like, "So all it took was $2?"
Dude, if I'd had a whiskey and a half left in me, I'd have fucked up that biker.
And then that guy, his brother came over and bought his beer and stuff. Apparently their mom had just died. I don't know, but it was fucking
That's
weird.
what happened. Yeah, he was like, "We'll step outside." And I was like, I literally looked outside, and we're in this tiny fucking town in the middle of the goddamn day, to the point where like a man had just been punched in the face and nobody in the bar even batted an eye.
They didn't.
And then I look out the front clear doors that had "We accept EBT" signs on them. And I looked out, and like the parking lot was this fucking thin, and the street goes straight down into the goddamn interstate. And I'm like, I can't even walk right now. There's no way I'm going outside to fight this guy who definitely has a butterfly knife in his Harley Davidson fucking biker jacket. I'm going to be a victim of the Hells Angels. And I was like, no, I don't want to go outside. But why did you have to resort to violence so fast when I wasn't ready for it?
Is right across the street was the police station, but those motherfuckers were like grilling out duck. Like they were, I could see them. They were standing around. They had a porch built like Cracker Barrel. They were hanging around playing oversized checkers, and they knew a disturbance had happened. Like, yeah, that's just fucking Terry. He just probably take care of a city slicker.
The police would have jumped in and started like stomping me.
Yeah.
Like that's what would have happened.
But I don't even know. I don't know what the tangent came up on. But
what were we talking about?
Country folk are crazy.
You gotta watch yourself. You gotta watch yourself.
I gotta go watch my wiener pee.
Go pee.
All right,
go pee. Not proud of that story. It's not my best moment. That was not my best moment. You know, you always like to think like if you're going to get in a bar fight, you know, you're not going to be completely unable to move your legs. But there I was with a choice to make: die or swing into the air and then die. And that's the choice I went with. Was I'm going to go home. You want to go to jail? You want to go home? You want to go to jail? You want to go home? I was like, I want to go home, Mark. And that's what happened. That was still I wish I could rematch that guy. I'm so mad about that. Gary, do you know about the guy playing himself in the cinema got caught? He had cigarettes, beer bottles, and tissues next to him, and he fell asleep with his dick in his hand. Like, how are you gonna? I mean, I guess if you're gonna go out of your house with the intention to jerk off in a movie theater, you're probably not like one with God. Like, you're probably not aware of what you're doing. That man made a decision and he stuck with it. And part of me respects him for it, but you got to pay the piper. And if you're gonna, the guy got caught jerking off to Sydney Sweeney in the fucking Madame Web movie, and really the police honestly arrested him for just paying for that. Richie Drums, what's up, kids? Any of you see a trailer for A Violent Nature? What the fuck? Why isn't that the new Friday the 13th? Yeah, we just watched it. I'm sure that you know this. I'm sure that you know this, but yeah, I think it looks fucking awesome, Richie. I'm glad that you gave us that idea to watch that trailer. Thanks, dude. That was all you. That was all fucking Richie. That's all it was. Ryan, thanks, buddy. One of the things that made the OG Alien so great was Dan O'Bannon's script. He had the Crohn's disease and based the chest burster scenes on his intestinal pain. Isn't that where like the best shit comes from? Like your true real life shit. Like nobody understands how fucking shitty this is. Well, I'm gonna fucking show you. That's the best. He also directed Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, dude, Dan O'Bannon's a fucking legend. 100%. And again, there was allegedly there's a scene in this movie that is just as bad as the chest burster scene that made people like there was apparently like 10 people watching it and none of them could continue to watch it. So I'm really hoping Fede brings that back. And if anybody can, it is him. Aaron. Hey fellas, did you guys hear 3 live action Spider-Man films are coming back in theaters next month? I can't wait to see Spider-Man 2. Yeah, they're going to show all the movies. I'm not going to go there for that. I'm going to be honest with you, because I've spent so many hours of my life watching those Spider-Man films in theaters, like from the first Spider-Man to Spider-Man 3, which came out in 2006. And by the way, if you guys are bored this week, just Google fucking IMDb 2006 movies. 2006 is either the best or worst movie year of all fucking time. We were all so goddamn cheesy. Every single thing that came out was either just horrendously like unrated, fucked up fuck, or it was like Spider-Man 3. Every movie was so cheesy and fucking weird. And Trailer Park. 2006 is the weirdest movie of all time. But yeah, no, I don't need to see any Spider-Man movies in theaters because I'm old as fuck and I saw them all in theaters already. But for people that haven't, I bet that's pretty cool. Tyler Turf. Hey, sexy beasts. I'm back. I've been in England since I left the hospital. Finally back in the States. It still sucks. Finally getting my package mailed out to you two, including 2 Criterion titles for the delay. Love you guys. Hey, we love you too, Tyler. Can't wait to receive your package. Yeah, can't wait to receive your package. And hey, listen, you went to England. It was raining. You were listening to The Cure. You were listening to a lot of the Smiths and Morrissey. It's depressing out there. It's dark. It's rainy. And you ended up in the hospital. I don't know how, but I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you made it home. And we love you too, man. And I love your icon there. And I'm glad that you're healthy and you're feeling better and everything's okay. Do you think in England, when you go to the hospital, they're like, would you like your blood taken? And you're like, yeah, I need to get some stuff done. And they're like, well, you what? I thought I can't, sir. And you're like, hey, whoa, I just got here. Do you guys have WebMD in England? Because that's basically what WebMD is like anyways. That's the worst fucking London accent. If I was like dying and I was like got in a car wreck and I was like open, like bleeding out, and they'd be like, stat, we need 24 ounces of whatever. I'd be like, you sound like you're from London. And they'd be like, let him fucking die, that piece of shit. Thank you, Tyler. Motionless Zombie. Hey, fellas, I'm going to see Frozen Empire tomorrow. Me too. No, actually Friday. I see IGN gave it a 4. If it sucks, at least I will have that Ghost Trap popcorn bucket. Dude, you got the Ghost Trap popcorn bucket? That shit is so fucking sweet. Also, the Crow trailer looks like John Wick meets Batman Begins. I would say it looks like John Wick meets John Wick meets someone's shitty SoundCloud TikTok. To be honest with you, but I get where you're coming from there. I mean, I hope it's good. I do. However good the fucking Crow movie is, no matter how good it is, it's always going to be like, but they made him look and fucking they made it like that, you know? Like, so the ceiling dramatically deduced itself as soon as we saw those pictures of the fucking Crow. But I still hope it's a good movie. I do. But dude, that popcorn bucket's fucking sick, and I'm pumped for you. We are going to look at tonight, before we leave, we're going to look at the Rotten Tomatoes reactions for Ghostbusters, the after trailer fart knocker, butt fuck hockey puck city, whatever that movie is called, Frozen Empire, and we're going to see what people say about it. But my hopes are not high. I'll be honest with you. From what I saw from the trailers, the second trailer was way better, but the first trailer just seemed like some Marvel wannabe, like Stranger Things wannabe. It felt nothing like the original 2 movies. And like to do that for one movie with Afterlife and to be like, oh, it's nostalgic because we're doing this, I get. But from what I'm hearing, they tried to do that with the second movie, and it's like, no, man, you totally missed the point of Ghostbusters. That's my initial take. We'll see. We'll see what happens, Jay.
What happened?
We will. What happened though?
What happened? I mean, I gotta be honest. I'm excited because I didn't get to see Afterlife in the theater, so I'm excited. This will be my first time watching Ghostbusters in the theater. Regardless, I'm gonna be excited.
We are at 9:21 p.m. from the Masked Met, and I must relieve myself of my PP. Not 9:21. The Masked Met. The Human Torch was denied a bank loan.
You pooped in the refrigerator? I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. Okay, I got you.
All right, I'll be right back.
All right. The Masked Met. Thank you so much, boys. Agree or disagree? Chicks in possession movies have huge boobies, and I love to look at their dicks. Is that weird? I don't think so. I always am drawn to girls with dicks. Here's the thing. Is it always sexier if they have a dick, or is it not so sexy when they have a dick? What do you like better? That's a great question, the Masked Met. Thank you for asking that question. Here's how I look at it. My personal experience is that when I've gotten drunk inside of a speedway, and I'm down on my luck, and maybe I've had a few too many. If I see a girl, maybe she has a dick, maybe she doesn't. We're gonna go to the bathroom and explore that, and then afterwards, I don't know, am I gay or not? I'm not gonna ask myself those questions. I had a good sexual experience, and I'm gonna go home. Afterwards, I'm gonna use some mouthwash and maybe put something in my ass. Is that a problem? No, not really. And who are you to ask me those questions anyway? Thank you, the masked man. God bless you. I mean, Mike was talking. No, I'm sorry, man. That's what we do sometimes. Boys, agree or disagree? Chicks in possession movies are always sextures after they're possessed. Yeah, I guess. No, I don't know, man. Like you'd have to give me an example of one that's like super hot after they're possessed. Like if they're not like all like veiny look, you know, in their face, like crazy looking, like they look like melted ice cream. Maybe if they're just, but I don't know. You'd have to give me examples, dude. I don't know. I can't answer that question without examples. Like if you're talking about like Jedi shit, like or sometimes like the Sith when they're like not possessed, but they're like, I guess they could be possessed by the dark side of the Force. They have like the yellow eyes. Are they kind of cute? Yeah. But I don't know about demonic possession. Like I've seen the exorcism of Emily Rose. That she is not cute. She's not hot like at all. When she's like in that barn and she's fucking screaming that she's Satan and shit. That shit's scary. But anyway, Kyle says, thank you, by the way. Kyle, thank you also says, did you hear they're doing a new Tourist Trap movie? No. Tourist Trap. Did I see? That sounds so fucking. You know what? I literally am thinking of Rat Race with Rowan Atkinson. I'm thinking of that movie, and it's not that, but I didn't know. I don't know if I've seen Tourist Trap. I didn't know that, Kyle. I did not know that. Thank you. Lee the Machine Bowers, thank you so much. Says, hey Loomis, how come wait, hold on. Hey Loomis, how come Brute won't sponsor you? Brute won't sponsor you. You love smelling like sawdust. Hey Charles, what cologne you wearing when you're out partying? Okay, well, the reason why Brute won't sponsor me is because they're dumb. I don't know. I've used Brute a lot to cover up the stench of dealing with Michael and his ilk. They smell like pee and poop and vomit. And Brute is a good hearty smell. It smells like a man. And I don't know. I think Brute just wants to be associated with killers and apologists for Michael Myers. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because also I say, you know, you keep an inmate in line, a psychiatric inmate, you know, these crazies. You slap a shock collar on their ass. They will learn to function later on after you zap a few volts into their throats. I guess Brute doesn't want to be associated with it. Well, fuck them. They're not brutes. They're pussies. Change their name from Brutes to Poots. Pooty. Like a fart. Pooty. Pooty fart. Anyway, that's why. Thank you, Lee. 927, so Mike can answer. Okay. Throwing. Jacob. Oh, dude, thank you so much, dude. Says, what up, sexies? Love y'all. How would you guys rank the Rambo movies? Oh my god. It's so good. I might have an unpopular ranking, but my picks are number 5, Rambo, First Blood 2. 4, Rambo 3. Number 3, Rambo Last Blood. Number 2, Rambo 2008. Number 1, First Blood, obviously. Thanks for everything you do. I need this right now. Oh man, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you all for tuning in. We need this as much as you need us, for sure. I like your list. I don't think it's bad at all. I mean, obviously, and 100% I agree with you. First Blood is going to be number 1 in a list. I don't think anybody can disagree with that. I know there were some people that like First Blood Part 2. I don't know who those heathens are, but I've heard it before on the internet, so on Reddit. I don't think that's true. First Blood is without a doubt a classic Sylvester Stallone movie. It encapsulates the tortured existence of John Rambo and then the eventual overcomance that he has of his situation with the help of Colonel Troutman. Yeah, but you're right. First Blood is number 1. Rambo 08 is actually very good. I would put man. You know what? I would go with '08. I like First Blood. The second, I like the sequel a lot. I do like it. But I'd go with '08 just because the realism of that. Like they really put a lot of effort and time into that movie, researching what like an M16 would fucking do to a human body when he like guns down people. So they put a lot, and it's still a great film. It's a great film. So yeah, I would go with you in '08. I think on my number 3 though, I would put First Blood Part 2. For my number 4, it would be Rambo 3, just because I love Rambo 3. I know it's like over the top, stupid, fuck them. The whole Soviet army is coming against Rambo and Colonel Troutman, and they're standing there in the middle of the fucking Afghan desert, and like, what do we do? And he cocks his gun. He's like, fuck them. It's so cheesy, but it's so good. It is the epitome of like the height of Rambo in Rambo Part 3. And then the last would be it's so weird. Rambo. So then my last would be Last Blood. Yeah, I think I got that right. But yeah, I don't know. Mike's is probably different, but that's what I would do in my list. But they're all great, dude. Like Rambo, like dude, it's hard to say. Like Sylvester Stallone has had such an impact on film. Like, what's better, Rocky or Rambo? You're gonna get a lot of different answers. But in my opinion, and to be fair, I think the best performance that he ever did was in Rambo First Blood Part 1. And Rocky was incredible and great, but in First Blood, dude, that speech at the end when he was screaming at Troutman deserved an Academy Award. And of course, Rocky won an Academy Award, but for different reasons. But Rambo First Blood, without a doubt, is one of his, in my opinion, he never gets the credit that they always talk about Rocky, but Rambo is such, I feel like it's on the same tier level with Rocky.
He always went back to those too. Like whenever his career was stagnant, he was like, "Oh, just make a fucking another Rocky movie or another Rambo movie."
You know what's weird, dude?
Just picked him right back up.
I was listening to and I don't like watch a show very often, but he picked his number 1 Rocky movie. It was Piers Morgan. He picked Rocky Balboa as his number 1.
I don't agree.
Just for the speech. Just for the speech.
Oh, dude, like, yeah.
And without a doubt, the speech is like iconic as fuck, dude. That's one of the best speeches in any, not only in a Rocky movie, but in any movie. It's one of the best speeches that I've ever heard. But he picked it. He said, and that sounded like such a great time. He said he went to a theater and watched all the Rocky movies back to back to back, like all of them, like a 6.5, 7 hour fucking like in a movie theater. And he said he walked away with Rocky Balboa being his favorite.
That's fair. Like I really wouldn't like denounce anybody for that, because that is fair, because that's such a good movie, and the way it hits based on what he'd been through in the previous movies, like that totally makes sense. Well, there's like, because quitters do that, and that ain't you. Like, it was so good,
dude. It was it was amazing. And then also well, that was he was asking Jacob was asking to rank them top 5 on your Rockies, and he lists his ranking, and then I'm sorry, Rambo. And then also Leave the Machine. I already answered it as Loomis. He said, hey, Chalice, what cologne you wearing when you out partying?
Well, what you want to do is you want to really just rub yourself around on the waiting room of the hospital. You go out to the waiting room and there's people bleeding. You get a little bit of their blood. You wipe on you a little bit of some people in pain sweat. And you take a couple shots of some whiskeys, and you go to a bar, and like you have a stench on you, and then someone will go, "Oh my God, what is that disgusting smell? It smells like death." And you're like, "I'm a doctor." And then once women know you're a doctor, then they'll let you sleep with their boyfriends. What?
Smells like no insurance.
That's when you don't have insurance, you have to sleep with me. And then I'll give you a free rebate card to Rite Aid, and that'll get you where you need to be. So that's how you do it, Lee.
Well, I was gonna say on his ranking, by the way, of Jacob, he's got a great ranking, and I had to agree with his first 2. First Blood as number 1, and then Rambo 08 as number 2. Even though I like First Blood Part 2, you gotta put 08 was fucking incredible. The one where he's in like the Vietnam jungles. Like where he's older, and like that was fucking awesome, dude. Did I have to go find Rambo?
Yeah, I think it's First Blood is number 1. Number 2, I totally agree, is 2008's Rambo, Rambo 4.
That's what I put too.
Number 3, I would go with 2 as well. Number 4, I would actually go with the newest Rambo, and then Rambo 3 would be my last favorite.
Yeah, I put
but I
Rambo
mostly
3.
agree.
Well, I put Rambo 3 higher just because I like that over the top cheesiness. Where it was like Colonel Troutman and him taking on the Soviets, and he was like,
Yeah.
"What should we do?" Rambo was like, "Fuck him," and he like cocks his gun. Like that's badass. And also when he was in the cave and he got shot and he had to put the gunpowder in his fucking wound and then set it on fire to seal it. That's badass, dude.
Yeah, it's tough because the new Rambo wasn't great, but it did have some great moments in it. And like you get he was trying so hard. They were trying.
You know what I felt
hard,
like?
so
It felt like the newer Rambo, and I liked it. Don't get us wrong. We reviewed that. But that definitely felt like Sylvester Stallone's attempt to do a Rocky Balboa out of Rambo.
Yeah, it's not the best. It's not the best, but it's fine. What timestamp did you leave off on, by the way?
It was right there. I was answering.
Sweet. And
thank you, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob. Nighttime Matrix 25th anniversary at AMC is sold out tonight. Dude, that's Matrix is that's a solid movie. Like I've only gone to see a handful of old movies in theaters. One being Halloween. Ghostbusters was awesome to revisit in the theaters. The best revisited movie that I ever watched in a movie theater was The Exorcist because I saw it at the Kentucky Theater. It's like an old time theater. Creep me the fuck out. But Matrix is one I would totally see in the theater again because
you know what? It was funny. April wanted to go. I don't know if we missed the date or not, and I wouldn't mind seeing it. They were going to play Labyrinth in the movie theater. I actually wouldn't mind seeing that on the big screen.
I've never even seen Labyrinth, by the way. I don't like fantasy.
You remind me of the Babe. What Babe? The Babe with the power of voodoo. You don't like that's fucking great movie. But also somebody I remember watching this thing where they were like, and I don't know if it's true or not, but if you think about it, do you think that the Matrix took any inspiration from the Brandon Lee, The Crow? Like in their rooftop scenes and the way it's all dark and gritty and the way that he's running across rooftops.
The goth vibe of it all.
Yeah,
sort of
I would imagine that Wachowski peeps did that.
I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that. Yeah, and it's weird because the Matrix got turned into this whole thing because of Columbine and stuff like that, but that wasn't obviously the idea. So
yeah, but I think the one scene specifically I'm remembering is like after he kills Fun Boy, or I don't know if it's Fun Boy, the one that he finds Darla's mom with, and he goes, morphine is bad for you. And like he like goes out the window and goes, shh. And then he's running across the rooftops, and like that scene, and he's in the leather, and it's all rainy and shit. That reminded me of a scene like Trinity across the rooftops at the beginning of the Matrix.
I gotta say, the Matrix would be cool to see in theaters because I think the first time I watched it, I got it on VHS and had that cool ass cover, and I watched it on Christmas after VHS. So I would do that. Mike White, you son of a bitch, says this taco is so good. Jay, I'll hopefully see you at Scarefest.
No, you're not eating a taco, you liar,
dude. No, when we walked out of the Alkaline Trio concert, like, tired of shit, sweaty, been drinking all day, been out all day. Walked out, and Chicago is so smart because you walk out, and immediately when you leave the venue, there's these dudes cooking fresh tacos. So
I love tacos, dude.
It wasn't even a question. We all just like stumbled out of the venue, and they were like tacos. We're like, yes. And I thought I was so bad off. I thought I dropped my glasses, so I'm looking underneath the taco stand for my glasses everywhere, and I couldn't find them. And then Katie and Mike White's wife bought tacos, and she just the entire time just went. She was yelling at people. She was like, eat these tacos. These are the best tacos you've ever had in your fucking life. And I was just like, shoved my face with taco, but also looking for my glasses. But then Mike came up and he was like, I was like, I lost my glasses. he was like, I won't stand for this. And he ran back and he tried to look for my glasses. And then he came back and he was like, they weren't there. And then I was like, I grabbed my chest and I like, my glasses were literally hanging off my thing, and I was like, I'm so sorry I made you go back for those. But the tacos were good.
I love it. It sounds like a chaos scene from like Terminator 1 when Reese was trying to steal from the department store, and he's like trying to run away after he gets busted for stealing.
It was.
It sounds great. I've never been to Chicago, but yeah, he's like, I'll hopefully see you at Scarefest. Like, if you're gonna come, you'll see me. Unless you're drunk and you pass our booth. I promise you'll see me. Come.
You guys,
you might not be. Yeah, I hope you come, man. It's been a while since I've seen you.
Yeah, a fucking great time, dude. And we will have a great time at Scarefest for sure. Mr. Halloween for the 65. Are you guys excited about Late Night with the Devil? I cannot wait to go see it this weekend.
No, I was married to it. That was the name of the documentary that was coming out later this year about my ex-wife. I've been there, sir.
Dude, David S. Malkian, fucking, that movie's going to be so good. I can't wait to see it. It's not playing anywhere near me. You know what will be playing near me when it comes out? It's the fucking Poohniverse movies. And that pisses me off. But I actually had to email the people like Shudder or whatever, like, hey, can I get a screener? Because it's not playing anywhere here. I'm so fucking pumped for that movie. By the way, Roadhouse comes out tomorrow, dude, on Amazon. We should review that. Fucking pumped for that.
I will. You know, I'm nervous though. I'm nervous about. Like, it looked good. The trailer. We reacted to the trailer. I'm nervous though because the more I think about it, dude, Conor McGregor. I don't know. I don't know. The more I think about it, and there's a reason why it didn't go to theater and it's releasing on Amazon. There's a reason why.
It's hard to tell. I mean, I hear it's pretty good though. Like, so I can't wait to see it though. And that comes out. We should, if you get a chance to watch.
I'm gonna watch. Yeah, I didn't know. I'll rent it. It's like probably $20.
No, it's on Amazon for free. Like if you have Amazon.
Oh, okay.
Hey, dude, let's watch it. We'll review it on Friday when we do Ghostbusters.
Okay. Yeah, I'll put that in old memory banks.
Gary B, I'll text you tomorrow. Mike and Jay, sorry for my non-proofreading errors about stop motion and Suspiria. Don't be sorry, Gary.
I didn't know you did that. Did you super chat us about that?
He did, but that's the thing, Gary, is that we can't read anyways, so it's gonna be fine. Thank you, buddy. Christopher Sampson, fly me to the moon like that bitch. Alice Crampton says, Mike and Jay,
fucking legend right there.
You guys are the best. I'm hoping that Terrifier 3 is as entertaining as the others. Who would you cast to remake Joyride? It has to be graphic and funny. That's tough, dude. Damn, Chris.
Fucking. I mean, it's already done, Chris. Let's go ahead and think about it. We're gonna cast Bill Skarsgård and Tom Hardy. I only did that because they're both people that Mike hate. That's who I would cast as my leading guys: Tom Hardy and Bill Skarsgård.
Dude, that's a tough. That really is a tough sell, though. Like, could you imagine having to actually recast Joyride? Because like Paul Walker was perfect at the time. Steve Zahn was perfect for that. I say bring Steve Zahn back. Why the fuck not? He's still got it.
Like,
let him play Candy Cane.
If you're gonna cast you got to remake it though. I don't know if you can bring what do you bring Steve Zahn back as a truck driver?
Yeah, as Candy Cane. Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know. Well, we are like they're gonna cast like Finn Wolfhard or
yeah, that's 100%.
Yeah,
true,
like that's
Two
exactly
Stranger Things kids is what they would do.
I know they're gonna cast like the hottest thing in Hollywood right now, and it's gonna be that they'll probably cast like fucking Mickey Rourke as the fucking trucker.
I'm gonna say.
By the way, Mickey Rourke, and he would actually be fucking scary, dude.
That would be frightening. But as the two main guys, I'm gonna go weird as shit. I'm gonna go weird as fucking shit. All right. I'm gonna say, just to fuck with people's minds, I'm gonna say Dylan McDermott. Dylan McDermott, an older version, all right, of Joyride.
So, okay, you're going old.
Yeah, little different story. Dylan McDermott and motherfucking Dylan McDermott and Dermot Mulroney together in the car.
So if we're gonna go older,
brothers.
if we're gonna go older, I want to do this, dude. I've never seen them in a movie together, and I think that they would work. It's crazy. I know they'd never be able to afford them. Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds as the main guys in Joyride. I'm not kidding. Ryan Gosling
would watch.
Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds, and then I would cast Javier Bardem as the trucker.
No Seeger says Matt Dillon and Matt Damon, or Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Yeah, well, like their whole career ends at the hands of Javier Bardem in a truck. Dude, Javier Bardem as a truck,
as the killer. Oh
dude,
my god!
All you gotta do is channel that fucking No Country for Old Men. Why did you flip it? It's
Hell
fucking done.
That's amazing. I'd cut the cut. Cut the cut.
You married into it.
I just want to watch Joyride now. Thanks, dude. Colton Candler. I'll admit I was against the new Roadhouse movie, but after seeing that last trailer and watching all the interviews, I'm down for the ride. Love y'all. Love you too, Colton. You're the fucking best. Dude, if you watch the interviews for that movie, Conor McGregor is so fucking high on cocaine. Oh my god.
I saw the thumbnail. He's going, and then Jake Gyllenhaal's like, Like he's like, I'm just trying to survive this interview.
I don't want to get in a fight with Conor because I know I'll lose. But no, dude, Conor McGregor, I saw an interview with him.
Years old? You're not gonna lose.
Dude, fucking Conor McGregor came out there and he was like, yeah, I'll try for this. I like doing movies and shit. Like he was higher than a fucking kite on AIDS. That's not a thing. I apologize. AIDS, kites don't do AIDS. Fuck.
It is what it is.
I'm tired.
I don't fucking care. He was high on cocaine laced with AIDS. That's the worst kind of cocaine to be high on. He got cocaine laced with AIDS. So he's sick for the rest of his life on one joy.
Conor McGregor walked out there and he was literally that Queens of the Stone Age song. He was like, marijuana, cocaine,
listen, Conor McGregor, yes, he could definitely beat the fuck out of me and Mike for sure. But that guy is a turd, dude. I don't like he's a turd. Like what he did to old people, like he don't give a fuck. And people are like, I respect that. Like you respect him beating the shit out of old people at a bar. Like, I mean, come on, man. But
Yeah.
anyway,
People
listen,
who love Connor will ride that dick till the day he dies.
yeah, but
He can beat up his own.
I'd
He's
rather
like,
watch
he's like
that.
fucking Ted Cruz. It's like, hey, he made fun of my wife. It's fine.
I'd rather watch
Yeah.
fucking old ass Ken Shamrock than watch him fucking fight.
Yeah,
I
Ken
swear to
Shamrock
God.
was the shit. I
liked
love
him back
Ken
in the day.
Shamrock, dude. Gabby, you know that Mr. I think I just killed him. I don't know what to say.
No, dude.
Mr.
No. He saw a Happy Gilmore. Was like, Mister.
Oh,
Like, yeah. You know that Mister lady? I think I just killed her. And Happy Gilmore. I just watched that 2 weeks ago, dude.
Mr.
You fucking stalker. I just watched that, dude. Like, that's the like, dude, he's like, oh, let the kid fix it for you. She's like, oh, I'm just a little bit hot because the air conditioning is not working. He's like, let the kid fix it for you. He's like, that's not doing it. And then he like pushes the fucking air conditioning unit out, and it's that fucking lady. It's like, Mister, help. He's like, you know that Mister lady? I think I just killed her.
Mr. Get me out of here.
Dude, that's great. Yeah.
That's a great movie. Crease Fold, looking good, boys. Looking real good. You're looking fucking good. Shut up. I look like shit.
You look great, Crease. Crease always looks like, in his profile pics, he looks like he's in between bestseller, like New York Times bestseller novels.
He does. It's true.
Like he looks like the good version of Secret Window.
Yeah, 100%. I can see it. Like at a coffee shop near you. Jonathan Gerardo doing the
That's a great
boys,
profile pic, dude.
just became a Patreon member. Welcome, sir, to the fuckery. I was a little bummed though. I didn't see a tier for nudes. Anywho, I'm checking out Immaculate and Late Night with the Devil this weekend. Any interest? Love you guys.
Oh, Mike,
dude.
Mike's definitely gonna do that. I don't know. I didn't even know about Late Night with the Devil. It's like, is that the Jimmy Kimmel show? I don't know what that is.
It looks so good, and Immaculate looks good too. Sydney Sweeney, it's like a straight up A24 type movie. I'm trying to figure out my schedule for this weekend. Got a lot of stuff going on. Jay and I are filming. Got some family stuff going on. The tournament's going on. I'm gonna fucking find a time. Immaculate is playing near here, so I am gonna see that. Late Night with the Devil, it's not even playing here, so I'm fucked. But I'm pumped for both, dude. I love fucking horror. I just wish that they would spread that shit out and not maybe not do that shit on fucking goddamn March Madness week when there's a million other things going on. God
By
damn
the way,
it.
I will say, I know that name. She should be Sue Storm. Sydney Sweeney is hot as fuck, dude. That is the girl for Sue Storm.
I think a little overrated though. Like people are like acting like she's the hottest.
Well, no, she's not like
since
hottest.
goddamn
I'm not saying that
Jean
she's the
Grey.
hottest girl
But-
of all time, but I'm just saying she's a good actress and she's very attractive. So I'm saying she would fit that role very well. I think Jessica Alba was a great Susan Storm.
Stacy says, when I hear Sydney Sweeney, I just think titties. That's fair. I mean, like I
did have them
you're
out.
Not wrong.
She did have those guns out.
There are a perk.
They
of the
were not
situation.
registered.
Not registered weapons. Robin Barker, Jay, why didn't you see Afterlife in the theater? I thought you would have been on the front of the line for that.
I was dealing with a lot of things back then, Robin, like a small penis envy thing.
It'll happen. It gets the worst of it.
I don't remember why. I think there was a reason why that didn't happen. Was it around the COVID thing? I don't remember.
Maybe it was.
It might have been around that, and Mom was still alive, and she was in her 80s, and there was a lot of like unknowns about shit like that. So I don't remember what it was. I can't remember the specifics of that. But
yeah, that was. I think that was maybe it was right after post. I can't remember for sure.
Yeah, it was something like that. It's not that I didn't want to do it. I mean, of course, I'd love to have seen it in theaters, but I think it was because of that.
That is something that we have to do before, and we still got some super chats to get to or whatever. But like, we do have to look at that, Robin, because it's something. Oh fuck, where'd it go? Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Because
by the way, Robin, I don't appreciate you calling me out and making me answer questions. What am I, a politician?
How dare you?
This is not a town hall.
Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Don't give me the trailer. What the fuck? Rotten Tomatoes, you piece of shit. We're gonna look at something real quick together. Neither Jay or I have seen Ghostbusters Frozen Empire yet, but to my shocking
go down.
Yes.
Okay,
the powers that be have seen the movie, and it sits currently at a 46% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
God, I smell some skank in here. Who let Courtney Love in this bitch?
Let's take a look at what. So they don't have a full-on synopsis yet. Oh no, they do. The critics' consensus right now is that Ghostbusters Frozen Empire offers a certain amount of nostalgia-fueled fun for fans of the original,
but
a crowded cast and surprisingly serious tone prevent the sequel from truly
Oh,
sparking.
shut the fuck up. Like, what the fuck? You just sold me on the fact that it's fun for the people that love the franchise.
But here's the thing, dude. This is what gets me about it. And I haven't read any of these yet, but here's what gets me about it. Like, I did not expect this movie to be good because
Well, I didn't
you
either
liked
when I
after
saw the first trailer.
well, yeah, the first trailer was bad. The second trailer way better. But like you and I disagree on Afterlife a lot. Like I thought Afterlife was solid for like a one movie thing. Like, okay, we went back, we did the nostalgia, the Spangler, all the stuff that happened with Harold Ramis. I get, and it teared me up a little bit. And I love the post credit sequence when they kind of promised Winston buying the whole thing. But as a movie, I felt like it was the furthest fucking thing from a goddamn Ghostbusters movie that you can get. Instead, it felt like a Marvel Stranger Things mix up where they're just trying to capitalize on what's popular now. Afterlife was fine as a nostalgic, like kind of emotional movie. But as far as a Ghostbusters movie, it wasn't. It was nothing like Ghostbusters 1
You're
or 2.
wrong, sir. And I moved to
Nothing.
strike, and I want you thrown out of the court for your fucking bullshit.
The only way to make Ghostbusters Frozen Empire a good movie was to completely go away from what they did with Afterlife and step back into what they did with 1 and 2. And I never thought that was going to happen. And I don't think it happened. And I think people are starting to realize this isn't Ghostbusters. This is Marvel shit.
Well, I think you're wrong. And I think that Afterlife was a great movie. I think it was a great send-off to Harold Ramis, and I think it was a love letter to Harold Ramis, and also a love letter to Ivan Reitman from his son,
like that
Jason
about
Reitman. And I will say, at the end of the day, yes, there was some cartoony shit that went on ultimately with Afterlife, and and I never really did appreciate them putting it in buttfuck Kansas or wherever they put it in. I know there was a reason behind that, especially coming up with this new movie. I watched this interview recently with Jason Reitman where he talked about that, and the reason why he put the thing in the buttfuck Kansas area is that it would make more of a spectacle when the Ecto-1 and the Ghostbusters finally came back home to New York. And so I get that. You couldn't go from Ghostbusters 2 and then the fucking bastard shit that was 2016 and just act like nothing happened and put it back in New York. It would make no, like, people would be like, what the, you like all this. I mean, yeah, you could play around with it. Like, but I like that what they did, that Harold Ramis was considered even by his own peers crazy. And he took all their equipment and went out in the fields. That's what I feel like Egon Spengler would do shit like that, and nobody believed him. He's like, I agree with that. I thought the characters were really well. I really enjoyed it for what it was. But yeah, you're right. It's not exactly. They have not nailed Ghostbusters in a long time. Ghostbusters, like, I feel like you have Paul Rudd and you have the idea of what a great Ghostbusters cat, in our opinion, right? I would literally take the guys from Judd Apatow or fucking Broken Lizard and make a Ghostbusters movie around them. Yeah. Because that's the Ghostbusters 3 I want to see. Comedians doing comedic shit dealing with ghosts. Yeah. Right?
So with that being, and I totally agree with you. And with that being said, here's what people are saying about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. Aykroyd practically glows. It's enough to make you want to see the actor make Ghostbusters movies forever, so long as they're better than this movie, basically.
Another one was glowing because it was the vodka and the blood pressure.
I'll get you. It's got good vodka. Another critic says, losing momentum as it goes, Frozen Empire raises the increasingly frustrating suspicion that Keenan and Reitman couldn't choose which of their various story ideas to use, and so decided to use them all.
I kind of get that one a little bit, because if there's a lot of contrasting ideas,
you're trying to build a universe. Just make a movie.
If there's a lot of contrasting ideas, like how far can we stretch this? What can we do? Like that, it kind of reminds me of and I hope it's not like this. I really don't. The Snyder Whedon Justice League, where they have two different directors clashing ideas about where they want the franchise to go.
Or maybe they're making it under today's guise of like Kevin Feige's type of shit, and they're like, oh, let's try to build a whole universe. Like Ghostbusters was never about that. It was a fucking standalone movie about a few dudes who were down on their luck and trying to make a living. Well, that's what the movie was. Well, like, it's not a fucking universe, you know?
Dude, Ghostbusters 1 literally is the best of the best SNL comedians coming together and telling a fucking story.
It was a funny skit. Basically.
It was a sketch. It was a skit that was stretched out for an hour and 35 minutes. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was so heartless that it didn't have any like substance to it, and it was just a sketch. I'm saying the heart of that movie was some of the best comedians of our time coming together and making a fucking hilarious movie.
Yeah, I agree with that. Michael Betancourt says Ghostbusters Frozen Empire makes for a serviceable entry in this now 4-decade running. So he's literally not saying anything at all. Christy says the best I can say about Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is it's not the worst. That would be Ghostbusters Afterlife. So that's
well, fuck you, Christy. Obviously, you are very mad about your Tinder dates, and I don't want to talk to you.
Here's the problem with Rotten Tomatoes. This is the exact problem with Rotten Tomatoes as an entity as a whole. This is a fucking fresh review. This is a fresh review of Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
I'm reading it right now.
Artless, soulless, joyless concoction of corporate vapidity. That is a fresh review. That doesn't make any sense. This system does not work for movie
Anthony,
reviews.
I don't care who you back politically, but just don't bring that into your reviews.
Brian Eggert says the movie has too many characters and too few new ideas, and it's more concerned with cramming mass appeal into the picture than telling a good story.
What's wrong with that, you fucking goddamn egghead motherfucker?
No, I like that. I agree with that.
I think it's
make a movie. Why are we doing this nostalgia bait?
Like, listen.
Sorry, go ahead. I was yelling over you.
For your fucking fans, if you're trying to appeal to the fan base, then that's exactly what they fucking want. That's why I think Afterlife did that great. I don't need you to fucking tell me. So let's tell a new angle. Let's tell a new story with it. Let's just go crazy with it. Like maybe the Ghostbusters are reincarnated as space aliens from the future, and they come back and they're all about that shit. Like fuck you. Listen,
see, I read that.
You're mad that you're mad that they're appealing to the general fans, that the ones that fucking have supported the franchise since the 80s.
No,
you're an idiot if that's what they're doing. That makes sense.
I see what you're saying, but he's not. From what I read, he's not saying that. He's saying they're more concerned with cramming mass appeal, not mass. They're not concerned about the fans' mass appeal, making it, and that's kind of what I was saying. Like they're making it straight. They're making it for everyone rather than Ghostbusters was a pretty.
Well, I've been drinking a lot, so maybe I read into that wrong.
Well, it depends. I mean, we haven't seen.
And I'm sorry, Brian, but you definitely look like somebody that you got fired from CNN. Like, I don't know.
Could be wrong. Joanna says this Busters made me feel okay. That's
your dildo last night. I get it. It's fine.
Top of the notch type of real deep type of reporting there. This person says, despite its weaknesses, this sequel is well above the poorly stretched bubblegum of Ghostbusters 2 and the overdose of nostalgia of Ghostbusters Afterlife. You lost me with the shit on Ghostbusters 2. All right, that's a fucking classic.
Look what it says. Full review in Spanish. It was probably lost in translation somewhere. I think what he meant to say
was Ghostbusters 2 fucking rock.
Yeah, I think what he meant to say, this sequel is as well received as Ghostbusters 2, one of the greatest Ghostbusters sequels of all time, period. And yeah, listen, I don't get, dude, I've never in my life, and I swear to God, as a lifelong Ghostbusters fan, like literally loving Ghostbusters, everything about Ghostbusters I love, I have never understood the hate for Ghostbusters 2. I don't get it. I've never understood it. I've watched Ghostbusters 2 several fucking times. And to be frank, I think the Bobby Brown on her own is better than the Ray Parker Jr.'s Ghostbusters, in my opinion.
Here's an interesting one from Kristen from Pulp Culture Planet. Says there's too many characters, too many arcs, not enough development. The main cast is underutilized, while the veteran Ghostbusters make glorified cameos that don't add to the story. This was a disappointing turn in the Ghostbusters franchise. Again, if you have motherfucking Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray and Winston and all this shit, and you just turn it into this, Ernie Hudson, you turn it into these Easter egg bullshit, like, that's I don't want that.
Like I don't want I agree. I don't want them to just like for some reason all Annie Potts, Bill Murray, Ernie Hudson, Dan Aykroyd, all of them just to show up at the end of the movie and they somehow all come together to fight the big baddie ghost in the firehouse, without any kind of like involvement in the story up to that point.
Yeah,
I agree with that. I don't want them to look like DLC characters that like someone bought and they just appear. Listen, Spirits Unleashed, the Ghostbusters game that came out a few years ago, they did a really good job of incorporating Ernie Hudson and Dan Aykroyd into the story, where they were still very actively involved in the firehouse and the ghost busting business, and they were recruiting new Ghostbusters. And that's where you came in as a recruit, like, as the Ghostbuster. So I don't want them to be like, they weren't involved in the story at all. None of those the OGs, and then they just pop up for no fucking reason, like with Ghostbuster suits on to fucking bust ghosts.
And here's one right here, and this is my exact fear. And again, this is a positive, fresh review that adds to the sequence that so much of the general public uses to choose whether or not they want to see a movie. Christian Toto from Hollywood and Toto says, amusing sequel spits out Easter eggs between modest comic morsels. This is a fucking positive review. And he's saying amusing sequel spits out Easter eggs between modest comic morsels. I don't want that. I want a fucking film. I want a movie that is just a movie by itself, that tells a good fucking story, that has comedy or fucking whatever. I'm so fucking sick of this generation of fucking movies that does this bullshit. I don't want a goddamn Buttercream Gang, Hallmark, fucking Fly By Night. This could be a Marvel sequel movie. Just tell a fucking story like an adult for fucking adults and kids too, whatever. But god damn it, I'm so sick of this shit. And that's what I was afraid this movie would be.
I don't trust that guy. I don't trust that guy at all. I saw his profile pic. He looks like a guy from Hateful Eight. Like he would betray everybody in the fucking in the goddamn bar and like sell everyone out. I don't trust him at all. Listen, it's not going to be for everybody. I'm going to go in with an open heart and an open fart. I'm going to go in with an open heart and an open fart because I think it deserves it. And like, have you seen Bill Murray lately? That motherfucker's not getting any younger. He doesn't have the fucking Benjamin Button thing in him. I want to pray that he has a good outing as Pete Venkman, and I think he's going to be fine. I don't know. I'm going to go in and say it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. If they focus too much on certain elements of the movie, it's going to suck. But nothing will ever get close to the tip of that dick cheese fucking 2016 film. So give me all the bad shit they've got coming, because that 2016 film, fuck them. So if this is a bad film, fine.
I hope it's great.
But it probably won't be. I fully expect it probably won't be. But I think I liked Afterlife because of the Harold Ramis send-off. I think that was a very beautiful scene at the end of the movie. I cried at that fucking scene. It meant a lot. I loved it. I thought it was great. And that was it. This movie, is it going to be a classic? Fuck no. Do I think that people comparing Ghostbusters 2 and dude, Ghostbusters 2 was fucking great. Like, people are stupid acting like, oh, it was just as good as Ghost. If it was as good as GB2, it'd be a classic.
Yeah, dude. If you told me that I'm gonna love this movie as much as Ghostbusters 2, I'd fucking go ahead and buy 7 tickets to it.
Like, that's dumb. I don't understand the hate. I never got it, dude.
No.
GB1 and GB2, they're fucking awesome. They're great.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, from what I'm reading from the reviews, though, and again, obviously, like, everybody always wants to go that, don't listen to, go see it. Obviously, I will. Like, if you want to see a movie, if you already want to see a movie, obviously, don't let a critic or a guy at Kroger or whoever sway your opinion. Go see the fucking movie. Obviously, I think that goes without saying. But from what I saw from the trailers and what I saw from Afterlife, I expected this to kind of be a really upsetting, like not upsetting, but like a really just like, for me personally, so far gone from what Ghostbusters was in those first 2 films, type of fucking mass-produced goddamn Macy's fucking department store in the mall,
we're never gonna get back what they were. I mean,
right? But
like,
please, everybody, like, kiddish version of what the Ghostbusters were, and like that's not what I ever fucking wanted this franchise to be. So I'm hoping it's better than that, but that's what I'm expecting.
No, listen. Yeah, I mean, the only way, and it's never going to happen. Like, if you're going to reboot Ghostbusters, like they kind of did a soft reboot with Afterlife, personally, what I would do what 2016 started out to do, and not be directed by dumb shit Paul Feig, and literally make a new generation of Ghostbusters with the Broken Lizard guys, with the Judd Apatow crew, and I would do it in an adult focused movie. Yeah, but we're not in that realm, and we're not. I feel like it's weird. I feel like Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is gonna be like Star Wars Attack of the Clones.
Yeah.
With Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some parts that are really fucking good, and then there's parts that are really bad.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it's going to be like. And there's going to be defenders of it to the end, and then there's going to be, it was just bad. But if I had to give a pre-rating, I was gonna ask because I gotta go pee again. But I was gonna get a pre-rating, like just based on the trailers that I've seen. I'm gonna give it, and this is being high on it, a 7.5.
That's fair. Based on what I know, I'm at about a 5.
Okay, so I'm giving it a 7.5. You're giving it a 5. One bite. Everybody knows the rule.
We'll see. I hope it's better.
I know. I know. It could be higher, but I mean, I feel like just what I saw, it's going to be a 7.5. And I gave Afterlife a way higher score than that.
Yeah,
way higher score.
You like,
but this is a 180 thing, and really start focusing in more on the animated cartoon shit.
Yeah,
a lot more.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta go pee. But I'll be right back.
All right, I'll see you soon. And that's my thing. Like, you know, Afterlife was fine because solely it was a love letter to Harold Ramis and what they were doing there, and it had that emotional edge. And Paul Rudd's funny, and the little things they did with the Stay Puft was cute, but like that's fine. Like that was cool. But everything else is just like, this is not Ghostbusters. It feels like they're trying to make a mass marketed fucking please everybody, goddamn, hey, we're going to release this on a bubble shell case for the kids type of movie. And I'm not against movies being for kids. Like, I'm not. But like, what made the first 2 movies were so good was it was a comedy. It was just it wasn't about it being edgy or dark for adults, but it was a comedy that had some really cool Spectre shit in it. It had some cool paranormal stuff in it. It was its own thing. It really just did its own thing. This just feels like every fucking corporate, soulless, empty, fucking CGI packed, whatever packs the most kids and families into the audience thing. To me, Ghostbusters Afterlife and the trailers I've seen for Frozen Empire just seem like the most just vapid, empty fucking just whatever sells the most toys type of shit, you know? Whereas Ghostbusters sold an insane amount of toys by just being original and just telling a story. You know, you didn't need it to have mass appeal. You didn't need it to be fucking Walmart. It was just a fucking good movie. And in a way, it upsets me more than like normal movies do, because like it kind of feels like everything that's wrong with the movie industry. You know, we used to tell original stories. They used to be special. They used to do something. They used to move you in some way. And now it's just retreads of the same shit, bubble gummed up and fucking Walmarted to death. And that's kind of what this new Ghostbusters franchise feels like to me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I go see the movie and I fucking love it. But right now, it just feels like a bastardization, fucking corporate, soulless piece of shit of what those first 2 movies was. And that's not popular because people are very excited. But again, we're coming off of 2016 and what that happened, so anything's better than that. Austin! I will read that when Jay gets back. D-Mitch! Same. Oh, shit, fuck. Michael, PornHub is banned here in Texas for bullshit political reasons, but I like to use other sites anyways. You can find them, you know, just gotta Google them. There's some weird ones out there. I can't remember any of the names of them, but yeah, they did that weird thing for a while. They're like, you have to sign in and give us your social security card to watch porn. And I'm like, no fucking way. I know better than that, you sons of bitches. Nighttime. I'm seeing Immaculate and Late Night with the Devil tomorrow in the theater. It's a double feature. Dude, I'm so envious of you. I got so much shit going on. I'm very excited about those 2 movies. Late Night with the Devil's not playing here. Immaculate is. I am going to see that this weekend at some point, but you're going to have a good time. That's awesome. 2 original horror movies in one night in the theater. Fuck yeah. That's awesome, dude. And that way, it's like a good time to be alive. In other ways, I'm like, can you guys spread this shit out a little bit? I'm fucking tired. JT Customs. Afterlife was released in November 19, 2021. So it was around the COVID shit. Like, that is correct. That is correct, my friend. You're right. Michael Parton, what worries me is this could take a toyetic approach. Sure. And like the thing is that like Ghostbusters was so fucking special and weird and different. And people were so obsessed with it that they wanted to go out and find merchandise, right? It fucking bastardizes and ruins all of that when you try to reverse engineer a product that will produce that. It just ruins it. Like, it was such a special, weird, strange, different little thing. It made kids want to buy toys. So when you make a product that's for mass appeal, that's going to make people want to buy toys, no one's going to give a fuck. They totally got that. I don't know why that's so hard for them to understand. But that's the microcosm of exactly what we're going through with this. DJ Graham. You're right about Ghostbusters, Jay. Those comedians coming together was lightning in a bottle. Definitely could have gotten Seth Rogen and his boys. We only got one person from that crew, Paul. Everything else sucks. And that's 100% true. When we saw Paul Rudd, we said years ago when they did 2016, Jay and I said Paul Rudd would be perfect with a mix of like the Tropic Thunder crew or the Judd Apatow crew. That's 100% fucking right. But instead we're going to do it with the Stranger Things kids because that's what's popular. And everything since then has just felt that way. It's not about comedy. It's not about making something special. It's about mass producing it for a wide audience. And it just feels empty to me. It just does. Like we fucked up, I feel like. Gary, bear in mind, some people hate these movies existing because they want a 2016 sequel. I don't think it will be as good as the originals. If it's worse than the last one, they can course correct in the next one. Sure, but here's the thing, Gary. Like, obviously, 2016 was a political statement. It was like, yes, and Paul Feig literally said, yes, I'm doing Ghostbusters. Yes, it will be women. And just immediately drew this awful culture war line in the sand that just made the whole experience unenjoyable. But the truth is that will they ever course correct? Like, these movies make money. They're never going to say, hey, let's take these and make them a risque PG-13 comedy that's actually funny with like relatable people. That's like a low scale movie. They'll never do it. The second one of these movies makes money, the originality and the fresh feeling and the personal feeling of Ghostbusters 1 and 2 are gone forever. Unless a movie just miraculously fucking tanks bad. We're stuck with this kind of shit. Ghostbusters is forever and always now a mass-produced, bleached, empty corporate vessel. I hate to say it. This movie was a low-budget movie that reached those heights. You know, it wasn't made to be that way. And what they're making now feels like they're made to be that way, and it'll just never be the same. But we'll always have Ghostbusters 1 and 2, so who gives a fuck? Lee, you motherfucker. I'll read that in just a moment, my good man. Yeah, I feel like a negative Nancy. I really do. I feel like I'm just like screaming at the sun, but I honestly don't understand it. Like when I watch these trailers for these movies, like normally when I watch trailers for movies and movie news and stuff like that, I'm like, why is everybody so upset? Like it's not that bad. Maybe it'll be fine. Everything's okay. But this Ghostbuster stuff, I'm like, I don't understand why everybody's so okay with this like namby-pamby kindergarten bullshit that they're giving us.
Because that's what we got. You got to wipe your lips and say that's what they'll give us.
You got to take it, Jim.
Well, no, it's kind of the same way though. Like, right here, you look at The Crow. Like, that's what you get. Like, that's the nature of Hollywood today. And don't get me wrong, I watched Adam Savage. He's a really good YouTuber. And I think he was on the Mythbusters. I don't know. I think so. Adam Savage, but he went and visited the new set for Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, and he met with Jason Reitman and McKenna Grace. They all seem great, and they all seem like really cool, you know. And I know that Jason Reitman is like trying to do his father proud, and the sets look great. The sets look awesome from what I saw. But at the end of the day, yeah, I agree. I don't know what it is, man. Like I understand that basically Ghostbusters, the franchise, is essentially geared for children. Right. I mean, that's what it is. I mean, you look at Ghostbusters 84, those guys didn't know it was going to be the pop culture phenomenon that it became, and that it was going to spawn off.
It wasn't built for kids.
No, it wasn't. But then you have the real Ghostbusters that come out, and it makes it's Saturday morning cartoons, everything. And that's just, you know, and kids were the ones that responded to it so well.
Yeah.
You know, they were the ones that going out and buying the ghost traps and the ghost, you know, all that stuff. But
by the way, we're at there's quite a few for you in there. At 10:08, starting with Austin.
Oh.
Hiya!
Oh, okay. Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. I just 10:08 Austin. Yeah, I just hope it's not bad, dude. I'm hoping to God it's not bad.
I'm with you. I wish I had higher hopes. I really do. I hope I love it. I hope it's great. We'll see. I'll be right back.
Okay. Austin says, thank you so much. Says, hey Jay, saw that they're coming out with a 4K ring box that fuck you. Dare you to marathon it and go to bed at 3 a.m. How about you just not ever mention that to me again, Austin? What are you fucking trying to do, dude? I'm 40 years old, okay? I don't want to fucking have a heart attack. Are you serious? I'm taking men's 1-a-day vitamins now. All right. I'm not prepared for I don't want to see that fucking herky jerky bullshit in 4K. Are you serious? No way, dude. No way. But I did get it. But you're right though. Like, dude, I'm obsessed with watching anything 4K now because I was wrong. Mike was right. It happens sometimes. The 4K experience is amazing. I got a 4K TV recently because my Hisense, I had a Hisense TV, stopped working, and I went out and I went to Walmart and I bought. It was like a $230, but it was what was it? A Vizio, and it said 4K, and I watched it. I was like, oh my god, it's like the second coming of Christ. It was amazing. But I'm not gonna go do some fucking Ring shit, dude. Okay, get out of here. Get out of here with that shit. I don't want to do that. No. And besides that, the Ring 1, amazing, solid. The Ring 2, okay, we'll play the game. Ring 3D, shut the front. Dude, I wasn't even scared of that fucking movie. You got the kid, you got fucking Darlene's boyfriend, and it was awful. Anyway, D. Mitch says, Jay, you gonna play Helldivers 2? If so, let's bro down. We'll bro down with or without Helldivers 2. I'll bro down with you. But it looks good. I saw some recent gameplay of it. It looks really fun. I don't have it, but you tempt me. You dare tempt. It looks fun. But I don't have friends outside of my so and my brother and my brothers don't play those kind of games. So I looked up, can you play this game solo? And they're like, yes, but it's very difficult. So you have to have a co-op situation. But if I ever do, I will let everyone know, and I will give, like, listen, Colton Candler, I feel so sad and so sorry. I've tried to give out my Xbox gamer tag to him so we could play Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed, and apparently there's a situation. I'm fucking stupid and I didn't do it right. But if I ever do play Helldivers 2, I will give out my PSN, and we will get together and play that. And that sounds great. You can teach me the ropes of killing aliens. I like that. Helldivers 2 seems like something that would be like the next iteration of Starship Troopers. It looks fucking hilariously fun. Michael Parton says PornHub is banned here in Texas for BS political reasons. I heard about that, dude. But I like to use other sites anyway, like X Videos, X Hamster, New Vista, to look up the Galleria that you want to partake in. Yes, Michael, it does. It's like, so if you guys don't know what Michael's talking about here, so there's a recent law that passed in Texas that requires porn sites, specifically, not specifically, but generally, but mainly feels like specifically Pornhub, to age verify people that are coming onto the site so that they make sure that they're 18 to look at boobies and such. But you have to go, you have to like fill out something, like there's a form, and Pornhub and I think it was X Videos and maybe X Hamster and a few of the other porn sites have basically said, well, we're not going to participate in that because it takes away the anonymity of our users. So fuck you. This is not communist China. You're not going to like require our visitors to be registered in a database as perverts just so you can feel good about it when you go to bed. Like no kid was looking at it, but just have, be a decent fucking parent and monitor what your fucking kids are watching. But I agree, it's stupid. And generally speaking, I lean more to the right, but I even personally am like, this is fucking dumb. You definitely do not need to require people to do shit like this. The whole thing of the porn shit is to have a level of anonymity. I don't know. But I feel bad for you, dude. You're gonna have to look at your gay, lesbian, extreme butt fucking ninja experience somewhere else. But I don't know, it's crazy. Nighttime says, I am seeing Immaculate and Late Night with Devil tomorrow at theater. It's a double feature. That sounds great. You have fun with your Ouija board. Holy shit. I would not be doing that. Oh my God. Are those both really scary? But nighttime, you wear a weird mask, so you're fine with it. Scrolling through. JT Custom says, Jay, Afterlife was released in November 19th. Yeah, I know. It was a year after the COVID pandemic. I know. I can't remember when mom died, but it was around that time. I was listen, when Afterlife came out, I was very nervous about going out and doing anything because I lived with my grandparents and helping take care of them, and I didn't want to expose myself to tricky situations. And the science that was coming out about COVID, I didn't fucking know. But mom was in her 80s, and either way, whether you believe in the vaccine or not, like she was definitely of the age that, and my grandfather too, that I didn't want to risk going out and getting some ooey gooey virus and bringing it back to him. So, yeah, I know, but yeah, dude, if I had a time traveling machine, I wish I could gone back and watched it, but. And and I would have just wore a beekeeper suit, like fucking full on beekeeper helmet on, go in and watch it, but I didn't. Michael Parton says also, what worries me is this could be a toyetic approach. You're absolutely right, and I definitely share your fears, as Mike does as well, with Ghostbusters. It could definitely be a toyetic type of film where all they're trying to do is sell toys, much like the old Power Rangers shows. Like every new fucking Zord was an attempt to sell toys. Batman Forever, Batman and Robin, they were all like an attempt. It was basically a long toy commercial. So yeah, you're very right. The toyetic approach is something to be concerned about, and I hope that it's not that way, but we'll see. We'll see. I was at Michael Parton at 10:33. I just finished reading his, so we are at 10:41 now.
10:33. Michael Parton, you and me, we get drunk, we have sex with strangers on the deck, and then we go to the store.
But JD Customs also reminded me that
just right through that, just right into your next thing.
What were you saying?
I was doing a whole song performance. Anyways.
No, JT Customs was like making sure that he reminded me that Afterlife came out in November of 2021. I was like, yeah, mom died, but I know.
Oh, so that was in that period. Plus, it was post-COVID.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I lived with grandparents, and I wasn't gonna fucking risk it.
Yeah, I remember that. I knew that was during like a weird time.
Yeah, sure. And I was like, and whether or not you believe in the vaccines or not, I'm not like if fucking 80-year-olds, you're not gonna fucking even risk it.
Did you read this one from DJ?
No, I did not.
You're right about Ghostbusters, Jay. Those comedians coming together was lightning in a bottle. Definitely should have been Seth Rogen and his boys. We only got one person from that crew, which is Paul Rudd. Everything else sucks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that day one, when we were, even before Afterlife came out, Mike and I had done some videos on Ghostbusters because there was rumors about it after 2016. I don't know why you wouldn't go that route. Like, yeah, you could take that approach and be like, it's for kids, but I don't think that's true. I think that's just what the market decided it was for kids. But the reality of it is Ghostbusters 1 was definitely not, it was definitely not for kids. I mean, they didn't even have fucking toys ready when that movie got as mega as it was. It was like the best comedians of the time coming together and making a fucking amazing, hilarious film. But yeah. You're right. I don't like Seth Rogen necessarily, but as far as like Seth Rogen and crew being in that kind of movie, it'd be fucking top notch.
Yeah, like and it's just the whole idea of it. Like, it doesn't have to be Seth Rogen or these specific people, but the thing is that was a movie that was lightning in a bottle and it was special, and then it was so special that it spawned toys. To reverse engineer that and be like, we're going to make a movie just to sell toys, it's like you're missing the whole idea of what Ghostbusters was.
Do you know what? I would be fine. And I know people are going to be like, there's no fucking way. But dude, I swear to God, I think it would work. What about a Happy Madison production? If you put Rob Schneider, Billy, you put Adam Sandler, Rob Schneider, fucking David Spade, all those guys, like 10, 15 years ago as Ghostbusters, it would work, dude.
100%. I mean, that I would be so much more fucking psyched for that than this. Gary, bear in mind, some people hate these movies existing because they want a 2016 sequel. I don't think it would be as good as the originals. If it's worse than the last one, they can course correct in the next one. Sure. Look, there's a very small group of people who are still, and like the people who made that movie as well, who are like, our movie got forgotten about. Like, you drew a line in the sand and you purposefully made that movie a culture war film on purpose. So don't come to me and cry now and be like, oh, nobody, like, they didn't make those movies to make a fucking statement. They were just trying to make good, original, fucking funny movies that everybody could love. And that was the problem with 2016. It was the exact opposite of that.
Yeah, Paul Feig literally went on a warpath after that movie came out, and before that movie had even been screened, he was like, if you hate this movie, you're a sexist. Okay,
Mhm.
and why? Because they're all women? No, because the fucking movie was unfunny, unoriginal, and terrible. Even the people that worked on it, Melissa McCarthy, I think, is one of them, and the other, I can't remember the other chick. They didn't even like the script. They thought it was unfunny. So if you've got those guys telling you, like, hey, this is fucking stupid, you're literally only using this as a platform to, I don't know, sell your message. That's why it didn't work. Because nobody fucking cared about that kind of shit.
I actually think that an all-woman cast could have worked if you just did it with like a natural motivation. Like if you were just like, this specific group of women are really funny and we think they could tell a good story, and you made that movie in a natural, like organic way, it could have fucking worked. It's not about it being all women. It's that you set out to fucking divide people with your movie, and it's the exact opposite of what Ghostbusters was supposed to be about.
And then you made it a point to point out that they were all women. Okay, so all the guys in the original 84 pointed out they all had dicks. You're right. They all made sure that
this is the dude movie. You're not allowed to watch
men.
it.
They were fucking men, bro, and only men could take down ghosts. Have you not seen Ghost Hunters with taps?
Real man of genius. Leave the machine. Thanks, buddy. Says Jay, me, you, and Mike need to go to the Malik office and demand them not to show Michael's face in the TV series. If they do, we riot.
Do it, dude. We'll ride in your badass truck that you have in the background. We'll get respect when we roll up.
Yeah, dude. Like, stop showing Michael's face. We've seen it enough. Like, keep some mystery.
Why is that a thing?
God,
but why is that a thing? You guys ever, like, I don't understand it. Why? It's not just Michael, though. Batman has the same fucking problem. Like, every chick that he's with on the screen has to know his identity. Like, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's like, granted, when they did show his face throughout the franchise, we all like leaned up and did the Leonardo DiCaprio thing. We're like, oh fuck,
yeah.
But like when you abuse that, you totally take out the mystique.
What really ruined it was fucking Michael Myers' ponytail in Halloween 5 and the teardrop.
Crying.
That was fucking awful.
And they showed him way too much in this franchise too, or in this version of the franchise. Benjamin Shelby, Loomis, you smell different when you're awake.
Yeah, you smell different when the goddamn restraining order's worn out. Why are you here?
Lee! It's good to see Catherine O'Hara back. Beetlejuice. Hope they do the Day-O dance again. Would it be too much though? Like if they did the Day-O thing, like would it feel like would it feel like nostalgia bait? Would it feel like too
It depends on how they do it. Are they going to do it with Lydia? Are you talking about with Lydia at the end of the movie? I think what they would do with like Jenna Ortega at the end of the movie. Yeah, it would feel like it was an Easter egg for fans. I wouldn't mind it, but I can see how it could look a little bit like squeezed in.
Yeah, and just like with Ghostbusters, like I really hope when it comes to Beetlejuice, they try to make a new classic. You know what I mean? Like rather than like being like we're going to spend the entire movie nostalgia baiting and being like, remember this? Like, what if they just made a movie? Like, what if they just made a good fucking movie?
I know.
That was just like stands on its own. Like, why is that so fucking impossible for them to comprehend?
Because it's 2024 Hollywood.
Yeah, it drives me crazy. And finally, Lee, you mean the Steve Seagal ponytail in Halloween 5?
Yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, dude, that was like the worst. I mean, like, dude, when they showed his fucking ponytail that he somehow put it in a rubber band to keep it that way, and then you saw the one teardrop, I was like, I know what it is to know about the crying. Like that song would have been perfect. But I mean, it was so, dude, that took away all the badassery of him. But that's like watching Pierce Bronson in Mamma Mia. It's like, okay, your James Bond credits are gone, even though I did like Mamma Mia. By the way, James Bond, did you guys know about
God?
We only got to take a second because we cannot stay here too much longer because I am going to. But the new James Bond is, wow, what an actor they could have picked. And they picked the greatest one, the fucking guy, the Beast from X-Men First Class, Holt. Something. What's his fucking name?
No, that's Nicholas Holt. They picked not that guy. That's not James Bond. No. No, it's what's that fucking guy? Aaron Taylor Johnson. The most boring actor.
Aaron Taylor Johnson and Nicholas Holt look like they could be related. Aaron Taylor Johnson, and I like Aaron Taylor Johnson in the Kick-Ass movies. Like literally, I do like his character in those movies.
It's fine.
But that guy is going to be James Bond. Like for real, that guy is going to be James Bond. Oh my God, Urkel, please stand up and take some credit.
Honestly, like I've seen him in. He was great in Nocturnal Animals as this redneck fucking weirdo. Like, but like in Godzilla, in the Avengers movies, everything I've seen Aaron Taylor Johnson in, I've gone, there's an attractive man who's boring as fuck. I cannot believe, and I hope they prove me wrong. I really do. But when they announced that he's possibly going to be the next James Bond, I could not be more fucking bored by a goddamn choice in my life. Like zero charisma, zero personality, just like a handsome dude who just shows up and says his fucking lines. I hope I'm wrong.
I feel
but
like
goddamn, I couldn't be less interested.
I feel like Austin Powers, like whoop-de-doo, Basil. What does it all mean?
I don't get it.
And but it's weird. I mean, why didn't you pick Henry Cavill? Like it's a
He's
slam
not young
dunk.
enough. Who gives a
layup.
fuck?
It's a fucking layup, dude. Like, I mean, good God, that guy looks like he's in his early 30s. I know he's not, and he's handsome. He's got like mystique. He would definitely get the girls and guys going. And you pick Aaron Taylor fucking Johnson, dude. Out of all the people you could have picked,
and JT Customs is right. People did shit on Daniel Craig when he was cast, but at least Daniel Craig was an unknown. Like he was an unknown. Like he had some mystique and interest to him. I've seen Aaron Taylor Johnson in 10 fucking movies, and I can't remember a single goddamn scene where I was like, I want to see that guy in more shit. It was always just like the generic fucking I showed up and read the lines type of shit. Like I have zero interest right now. I hope he proves me wrong.
Right,
I'm rooting
like,
for him.
It is right though. The Daniel Craig thing, when I remember seeing him, I'm like he's got blonde fucking hair, he's short as shit. Like, I don't know. And you're right. He blew me away, like, as far as, like, an amazing Bond.
But, Kyle, it's not new. It's not new. This is, like, just a standard actor who sort of looks like Bond. And they were like, hey, he's been in movies. Throw him in there. This is not new. This is not an unknown.
I don't know. But, okay, here's the thing, though, dude. Is like, why would you pick him when Henry Cavill was interested in the role? Like, I'm saying, like, why would you pick Aaron Taylor Johnson when you know? Are you saying, I know that Aaron Taylor Johnson's younger and you're trying to go for the, but to be fair, like, Henry Cavill's not exactly, like, 100 years old, you know, and he's great. He looks great. He's in great shape, and he would be willing to do it. Like, I don't understand why you already have a slam dunk, a Vince Carter slam dunk to win the fucking championship league, the slam dunk contest, and you pick Aaron Taylor Johnson. I don't know.
I will agree. At least it's not Tom Holland. We do have that going for us, guys. We do, but and that's just a rumor too. Like maybe it doesn't happen, but fucking DJ Graham, dude. DJ Graham.
Wow, man. What the fuck? We're trying to leave, dude.
I am here to fuck and chew bubblegum, and I got no dick. Not you. You have a dick. You have a wonderful dick. I hope, but that's super fucking sweet of you. Thank you so much, man. I wonder if the android is going to be good or bad this time with Alien. In Covenant, we got both. Androids are like the franchise's mascot at this point. We have to have a robot every movie and keep people guessing on his true intentions till the end. Most people don't trust Bishop on first watch.
That's true. Yeah. You're right, and you're absolutely right. You're always right. I'm going to say this. There probably will be an android, and you're absolutely speaking truth, gospel, about it being a mascot at this point, because I don't remember like an Alien movie without an android, and it could have happened in Resurrection, but I don't remember that movie because I blocked it out because it was so bad. It could have been in that movie. I don't remember, but you're right. As far as Bishop being untrustworthy, as far as the cast, or not the cast, but the way the movie was presented in Aliens, because they had seen the crazy of Kane in the first one. That's true. I think you have to have it's going to have an android in it. I don't think it should, but it probably will. And you're right. It's like a layman. I think it's like a layman for us. The android is a way for the audience to get involved in the movie. Like through them, like we're introduced to this world, crazy world.
And here's the thing, like, and I could be wrong about this, from my experience currently, every single person who played an android in Alien film was a very interesting actor, you know, from Lance Henriksen to Michael Fassbender. And from what we know about who's been cast, it's all been new characters and like younger people, which that's the idea. These people have grown up in an area that hasn't fully been terraformed yet. And that's really fascinating.
But but you looked this up. Is Wayland involved in sending this crew?
I don't know how that goes. But like what I'm saying is like from my knowledge, there hasn't been a super experienced, really interesting cast member added to the filmography of this. So in my mind, if you're going to have somebody play and there's a couple people in that trailer that like you could look at and be like, oh, that could be an android for sure. Yeah. But like, in my mind, if you're going to have somebody come in and play an android, I would want it to be like a super cool character actor, you know, like a Lance Henriksen or something.
Well,
like
he's
that.
right, but DJ's right. Like, make you keep guessing what their intentions are throughout the film, and that's
or
what
maybe
I
you
missed.
don't find out to the end that they
Well,
are
no,
an android.
Yeah, and I missed that. Like Kane in Alien 1, you had no idea. When you were a first-time watcher, you had no idea that he was a fucking psychotic, android. And Bishop turned out to be the opposite of that, and like a self-sacrificing, do no harm to humans. Right. But also, I like it. Yes, I understand why they would be important to the franchise, but at the end of the day, I kind of want them not to have an android in it, because I feel like it's been done to death, the android thing. Now,
Sure.
if Wayland is involved in this crew, they're definitely going to have an android. Wayland would never send a survey team without an android, because that's the way they keep tabs on everybody. But yeah, you're right, man. As far as a mascot goes, you're 100% like they're an android and alien go together like fucking peanut butter and jelly. 100%.
Yeah, and I gotta say, I think there will be, because like these people grew up in this terraforming state. Like they've been there for a while. They grew up in this darkness and this strange world that they're in with no sunlight or whatever. So you have to imagine there's gonna be at some point some version of those. And it's a fucking great question, DJ.
It's gonna be like a fucking simple Jack fucking android. Hey, you think we can plant beans here? I don't know. I have movie screens in my head.
I'm for Wayland. Great fucking question, DJ, and thank you so fucking much, dude. That's so sweet.
You,
unnecessary. Thank you so fucking much, man. We really appreciate you, dude. Leave the machine. We appreciate you, dude.
Oh man,
you do too. I've been here for too long. Good night, my sexy boys. Much love. Much love
you, Lee.
to you.
We're gonna storm Malik's office together like the Avengers.
We'll show those fucks. Thank you, dude. Thank you guys all so much. You guys are so fucking sweet to us. We do not deserve it, but thank you, Gary. Don't add modern songs in Beetlejuice 2 for God's sake. Yeah,
do not do that shit. I agree with that 100%.
If you're gonna throw in an ensemble song, you gotta have it be an. Yeah, I totally agree. Gary says people use Bull Train as an example for him being a good pick, but he sounds like a London gangster accent in that, not posh gentleman. I haven't seen Bull Train, so I will watch it just to see, because I have seen, you're right, I've seen like 7 people say you gotta watch him in Bull Train, but I've seen the dude in like 10 movies, man. And apart from the goddamn what's the fuck Nocturnal Animals, I've never seen that guy have an interesting performance. I'm sorry, I just have not.
We're not sold on Aaron Taylor Johnson, but I mean, he could be great. We don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we weren't sold on Daniel Craig either. So you're right. Caleb Barson. Hey, Mike J. Beat Up sucks. It's horrible.
Yeah, dude.
Utah.
Yeah, it depends on who you're with. It's the company,
dude. The company. And I'll say this. Lately, over the past several years, every B-dubs around here has sucked fucking dick.
Yeah.
There is a new wing place in Lexington called Golden Flame that is fucking perfection.
It sounds like somebody that farts when they pee on you.
Dude, they have the best wings and the best beer, and it's like everything B-dubs used to be is Golden Flame in Lexington, Kentucky. But yeah, you're right. B-dubs has sucked for a while. Unfortunately, usually what I like to do is during the first couple days of the tournament, I like to go to B-dubs. I'm too busy. I won't be able to do that this year.
Well, it's going to be exciting, though, because we haven't watched the game in a long time. And we're going to be doing that on Friday.
I am excited about hanging out with you and watching games here. Maybe we can order out some wings. We'll see what happens. Take your shirt off. Take my shirt off. I don't know.
Yeah, man. It's going to be great together. And by the way, I think it works like that way. B-dubs or any bar, it's all about the company, right? Like you can go to a shitty one as long as you got good company. It's all fun. But yeah, man, thank you guys. You guys are fucking amazing. You guys are awesome. You guys go above and beyond every goddamn time. I didn't expect you guys to be as awesome as you guys were tonight, or generous. Like you guys have been so fucking cool with us, and thank you guys so much. And we're gonna see you real soon. Not live, but we're gonna be doing that shit on Friday. The review of our Ghostbusters.
Hell yeah. Caleb says sucks like the Giants.
Why don't you go back to your room and tell me why that's stupid what you just said?
Shut dogs. I honestly think David Johnson's character will be the surprise android in Alien Romulus, much like the reveal of Ash from Alien. Looks fantastic. Dude, it does look fantastic. Whatever they do.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this is going to be the movie of the year. I'm staking my dick out right now.
Guys, we gotta go.
The best movie of the fucking year.
I know, guys. We gotta go. Stop being so generous. We gotta go. You guys keep doing this.
We love you guys. We'll see you so soon. You won't even know it. We're going to pop up in your bedrooms tonight and play with your nipples and lick your ear holes together.
I love you guys. If you're like that girl that it's like, okay, I got to go now. And you keep hugging.
Bye.
Bye,
Bye.
guys.
Bye.